In 2015, police in Illinois were asked to do a welfare check on 68-year-old Danny Taylor. When they arrived at his home, officers found Danny dead. He had a neck laceration and multiple stab wounds, and appeared to have been dead for at least 48 hours. As detectives investigated the homicide, they learned that it could be tied to Miss Kitty's, a gentleman's club that Danny had been a customer at. Investigators honed in on one dancer at the club, Eva Heisch, and her boyfriend Jessie Werley. Police believed that Heisch and Werley could have robbed and murdered Danny if they had known where he lived. While police are trying to establish if the couple had ever been at Danny's home, Heisch requests to speak with detectives. She claims she's heard she's a suspect and wants to address that head on.
It's 1:56 on January 13th. Interview with Eva Heisch, part of the request to meet with us.
There she comes. I can't walk in his damn heels.
You going chop up front? I wonder why you're walking so slow.
I know. The rocks are not easy. I almost fell once.
Those are some pretty high heels.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I wasn't allowed to change or anything, so.
Oh.
All right, we're like we said before. Anytime we meet somebody, especially in the parking lot of a show club, we got to record it. We're
Yeah,
on with
no,
a female.
I told him go ahead and.
Yeah, and I know
record
that, but it's recording right now. I like telling people when that's going on.
Oh, it's okay.
But
It's
you
not
wanted to
bad.
meet with us to tell us something?
Yeah, well, I wanted to straighten out some things with you. Because I think that you guys are hearing a lot of drama and gossip and BS, and I'm concerned about it. Okay. When you guys came in, I can't remember the day. It was last Wednesday?
It could have been. I don't remember what day
Yeah,
it was.
that's
Off the top of my
sounds
head
right.
right now.
The first time you guys came in, which was, I believe it was last Wednesday, we had an incident in there when we were talking about the one girl that was working. Okay. Now, come to find out later, I got the real story. You guys said that you guys hadn't talked to her at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No. I talked to her at the bar.
Right.
Rachel.
Right, but you hadn't told her what she said.
Oh, no.
Right.
Chit-chat.
So I got that later. Michaela, I guess, the bartender, talked to her. And she said that she had heard all that down at Kitty's. Apparently what she heard at Kitty's was that some girl, blonde girl that worked at Kitty's, her old man got out of jail and shot some guy in the head. Okay, and that she thought it was me because they were showing the picture.
Oh.
Okay, so that's what happened there. Okay, but I want to clear a bunch of things up with you because I'm really concerned about what's going on, with all the gossip and everything like this.
Mhm.
Okay, Jesse's very upset because he doesn't like police. Okay, you obviously saw he didn't want me talking to you at all yesterday. Okay, and I said, well, Jesse, you heard the conversation, you know what I was talking to them about, and he's just concerned. I understand his point of view. He's facing some very serious charges right now. Okay, but what I'm concerned about most is everything that's going on and the fact that it's impacting my daughter. Okay, I don't want to lose my daughter over what's being said, and I'm upset about it. Okay, well, it wasn't you guys that came down there that night, down to Park Hills. Okay, the police came down there that night, and they questioned me, they questioned Jesse, did the car, trailer, and everything like that. Okay, we got a text message the next morning from his mother saying, Jesse, who did you kill? Or, no, actually it said, who did Jesse kill? Like, she thought that she was texting me. Okay, so what we understand, we don't know from his mother if it was the police down Park Hills or if it was you guys. Okay, and I brought this up with one of your detectives the next night when they showed up. Okay, it's wrong for you guys to go around and say that, or whoever said that. If it was the police down in Park Hills that said that listening to you, that's fine. But we got that night the same thing. And we're getting this constantly. You guys are wondering why we don't want to talk to you. This is why. This is what we're getting.
Okay.
So I'm concerned about it.
Why did you have to meet with us in person to tell us this? Why couldn't this be over the phone?
Because Jesse doesn't...
And why does Jesse not want to be around for this? You wanted to meet us without Jesse around. Why is that?
Right, I wanted to meet you without Jesse around because he does not like you guys. He doesn't want to be around you guys.
Well, he wouldn't have come.
And I understand that. I mean, my 6-year-old does not like police.
And that's fine. Now, there's a lot of
So,
people who don't like
I
the
mean,
police. But
right.
why did you have us meet you here
And they
specifically say
don't
to come
want you
without
in
Jesse?
here, and that's concerning me too, because you guys are coming in here, and what I hear yesterday, you know, the manager coming to me and saying, you know what, the owner's done with it. The FBI has been in here and everybody.
FBI.
Right. The FBI came in here the day, I'm trying to think. I can't think about days. I don't know anything about what happened the day before. I think it was probably about 3 days ago.
What did the FBI want?
They came in here. It was the day after you came in here and talked to Mimi and Ginger. They came in here and they were looking for Ginger. Okay. So, and I don't know what exactly that's about. I know that they showed up at Ginger's house too. So that's what I was talking to you guys about, and I was confused because I thought it was you guys that showed up at Ginger's house when I came into the office and I was talking to you. So it's just a whole bunch of crap going around and around. But what's happening is it's coming back on people like us. You know, Ginger and I being threatened to be fired because of all this.
Yeah, I have no idea what Ginger's doing or what she's up to.
Right. All I want to tell you guys is that, you know, I understand that you guys have to do an investigation. I perfectly understand that. And if you have to ask me questions that don't involve Jessie just because of his charges, then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, at this point in time, his attorney told me, don't talk to you guys about anything. I don't think that's right because you guys have to solve the murder. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with talking to you guys, and I think you guys have realized that. I'm okay.
Oh, it was my understanding, I guess the first night you didn't want to talk about Jessie, you didn't want to talk about, there's a bunch of stipulations you had.
Right. I said if it involves Jessie, which, you know, if it's me directly involved as well, it involves Jessie if we're together.
Okay.
But, you know, there's just a whole bunch of crap. Another thing that I want to talk to you about is you guys pulled Mimi into the office. Okay? Mimi made a big deal about it. She said, well, I didn't tell him that, you know, Jessie lived here and this and that. You know what? I don't want you guys going on lies and stuff. Okay? Jessie lives at Mimi's house. Okay, and I don't know why she told you that.
You told us that already. We already knew that she did.
Right.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Right, but this is the crap that you guys are getting. And you know what? I understand, and I went over it with you guys before too. I'm the one that doesn't use drugs and alcohol in there. I don't have anything to worry about. I don't have any warrants. I'm not wanted for anything. I don't care. But most people in there, they do have warrants. They do use drugs. They do have things in their house. Okay? If Mimi's telling you that, you know, you guys need to come to me and ask me the truth. You know, if you guys want to know where Jesse's at, his bail bondsman knows where he's at.
I
So,
hope so.
yeah, but that's my whole thing is, you know, and I wanted to talk to you guys yesterday and, you know, I want to get this whole thing straightened out. I want to get it done with.
No, we do too. This thing is going to get straightened out in a matter of time. I mean, forensically, we've got everything we need now. So it's going to be a matter of time before this thing is done. I mean, we're about 90% done with everything we need to do. Now we're just checking off boxes.
Right.
And now we sit and wait. And I have no doubt that after
Sorry,
a while...
it's hard seeing you from close.
I know it's too bright. I'm looking straight ahead. But I have no doubt that all the stuff's going to return and this is going to be just fine. Now we're hoping somebody gets the hint and gets out in front of this thing and decides they're going to cooperate with us before this thing gets out of hand and we have no choice but to go the route we have to go. I mean, the longer we wait, the longer...
Well, I know you guys are dealing with a lot of people because, you know, one thing that happened in here is a bunch of people said automatically, I know him. You know, stories started coming back. You know, I never knew that he took girls to a motel. But apparently, Mimi's been to a motel with him. And a couple other girls have been to a motel with him. You know, my understanding is that the guy doesn't have money. Well, according to Mimi, apparently he used to have money. A couple of years ago, she said. She was dancing in another club. It was either Blondie's or Dolly's down the street. She said down the street. So my understanding is that some girl scammed him. And then he was left with what he had every month. So he stopped coming in as much as he used to. But apparently he used to go to motels with girls. So all I know is I don't have a romantic relationship with him. You know, I'm not interested in that. You guys asked me about money in here. You know what? A lot of these girls do have regular customers. They do go out with them. They do all this with them. You know, I don't. I've had a couple of customers that tried to help me and Jessie out along the way and stuff like that. You know, one just came in here yesterday. He comes in, he asked me how Jessie and I are doing. In fact, he called the other day and he hands me money and he goes. But I don't rely on that.
I didn't talk to you the very first time whenever you talked to everybody else at Park Hills. When's the last time that you went to Danny's place? Because you said you were there. You showered and stuff. When was that you went there?
Well, at the time, I'm not good on dates or anything like
Yeah.
that. I've had a really bad car accident when I was pregnant with Sophie. I was 5 months pregnant.
Yeah.
I had a really bad accident. And I don't remember things the way I used to. You know, short-term memory, it's, you know, non-existent pretty much most of the time. But I can remember, I mean, I can tell you my phone number from, you know, back when I was a kid. I still remember my number. But when they came in, I told them I think it had been about 2 weeks.
From the day that they were talking to you.
Right.
Right.
But I wasn't exactly sure. They also asked me when he had come in and seen Teddy and gone back to the VIP room, the private room way in the back.
Right.
And I didn't remember when he had done that. So, you know.
And just to clarify, because I didn't talk to you again, I'm getting this from second, third hand info because I haven't talked to you. This is the first time I really talked to you. You said Jesse's never been to Danny's place with you. You never once ever came over?
No, Jessie has been to Danny's place with me. We were friends.
See, I was under the understanding that Danny had never been over to that apartment at all, to that trailer, to Danny's trailer.
Jessie had been.
You mean the trailer? The trailer's ours.
No, I'm talking Danny's trailer.
No, Jessie's been over there.
Jesse's been to Danny's place.
Right, we've been over there.
See, when you talked to them the first time, you told them it was only you, that Danny's never been over to that trailer.
No.
So Danny has been to the trailer.
Yeah, no, I never told them. In fact, Cherry and I were sitting there talking about it that night. We were talking about a lot of things because she was talking about her husband and stuff like this.
So when was it that you and Danny and Jessie had been over to Danny's place?
I don't know.
How long
I
has it
don't
been?
know when the last time Jessie was over there. The last time that I was over there, I took a shower to come to work. We were having issues over at Jessie's cousin's house.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've, you know, talked to any of Jessie's family to know what was going on. Well, you talked to Michael, and I don't know if he told you exactly what was going on, but we had an incident. I'm going to say it was like the beginning of November, and I got into an argument with a girl that was staying over at Michael's house. And Michael said that I couldn't stay there, but Jessie could. So I was coming to work, and then I was coming back getting Jessie, and we were sleeping in the car for a while because he didn't want to stay there without me. So then we had the issue of the shower and everything like that. Well, this happened a few times over at Michael's. He would always stand up for Jessie, and I would be the one out. So we went through this, I'm going to say, all the way up until, I'm trying to think of what day that was. Well, if you guys have the paperwork, you know when Jessie got arrested on disorderly conduct. It was that night that we started staying in St. Louis.
Okay, I do have that. That was, I guess, one of the officers came by and was checking on Jessie for walking around the outside of a trailer or something like that.
Right. What happened was
some kind of issue with that.
trailer that I took you guys over to search.
Yeah.
We went over there and we were putting a couple things in there. And then the Deloge Police Department, was the Park Hills, Deloge showed up. I thought it was Park Hills that we were in. But Deloge showed up and they said that they had gotten a call and that they thought that we were breaking it. And I told them, I said, no, you know, we own this trailer. This is ours. I rent this space. So they got into it. My husband and the officer got into it. I can't remember his name. They went back and forth. And it was mostly the officer. The officer kept saying, you know, well, I arrested you for having syringes before. And Jessie said, no, you didn't. I've never been arrested for having syringes.
I read the report. I can get the gist of how that all went down by reading it myself. I get that completely. I don't doubt any of that stuff. That's fine. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, but that went back and forth. He went to jail that night. I came down here. I brought some stuff over to Mimi's house, and that was the first time that we've been over there. But, you know, I'd rather you guys get the truth instead of getting all this hearsay and bull crap. And, you know, if she's got something over at her house that she wants to hide, that she doesn't want you guys searching over there, you know, come to me and talk to me. And
Well, for her
find
to
out
say
facts.
something like that, is that just because she's got dope or something? I don't care about that. I don't care if people have drugs. Is that what she's talking about?
Well, I mean,
I'm not
obviously,
going to go
because
search. It's in Missouri. I don't
it
care
smelled
about
like
drugs.
pot, you know, so
Yeah.
you guys didn't care about
But
that.
is that what she's talking about? Just thinking she might have a little dope over there, and that's what she wants somebody to get there to hide?
I think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't care about that.
I think that more than anything, because I was talking to somebody else and they said, well, you know,
Yeah.
that's most likely the reason. But, anything that anybody tells you, if you have a question about it, come and talk to me.
Well, that's what we're talking
just
about. I want to
ask.
back up a little bit because you mentioned that Jessie had been with you to Danny's place. And when we were,
Yeah,
I
because,
was reviewing the interviews before, and I don't recall that ever being said. So that's new to me that Jessie had been there before at all.
No, when I did the interview, I didn't talk to you guys anymore about that issue because of what Kathleen Abishon said.
That's the attorney.
Right.
Okay.
So I didn't talk to you guys about anything.
Yeah.
Okay. But at this point in time, I'm so upset about everything. I just want it done and over with.
Oh, it's about to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about to be. We're closing in. We know exactly where this is going. Okay. But so just so that we're clear, then Jessie had been there before.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been there before.
Walk me through how many times that you guys have been there together, because this is new to me, and you said you want to get the truth out there. This is the chance for you to get the truth out there.
I don't know exactly, 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times. When would you think was the last time that he was there with you?
Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if it was before the last time that I went over or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly when.
So the 2 weeks roughly before we talked to you in Park Hills. That's when you said you were there last, about 2 weeks
right,
ago.
I think it was about 2 weeks before.
And that would have been about the time he was there with you
there.
last. Every time you went to Danny's place
Right.
was
What
Jessie
I'm
with
saying
you?
is, I think the last time that I went over there, I think it was to take a shower before work, and I don't think Jessie was there that time.
Yeah.
So.
And prior to that time we're talking about, how long before that was Jessie there with you?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
were
know
we
exactly.
talking days,
I've
weeks,
known
months?
Danny's for months, and
I mean, roughly. I mean, are we talking days, weeks, months, years? I mean, what are you thinking?
no, because Jessie got out on October 21st. So
Right.
anything that happened after the point that he got out.
Well, I understand that. Yeah, he's not going to
So
break
yeah,
out
in
of
fact-
custody to go in there with you to Danny's place. So I get
right,
that.
because when he got out, I was having issues. I was staying over at a nursing home with a friend of mine.
Mhm.
Okay, it's not really a nursing home. It's like an apartment building next to a nursing home. Okay, and the guy had sexually assaulted me. So we were having issues with that. So when Jessie first got out, we had no place for him or me to go to. So we were going back and forth places. There are, I think, probably about 10 nights we stayed at Caseyville at the motel over there. And we've been back and forth to friends' houses, to other people's houses, acquaintances, family members, whatever.
Right.
The whole time. It's just a nonstop thing going on and on.
Right.
So,
Well, that's still. I mean, I'm not understanding what you're saying exactly when we're talking about the times that Jessie and you went there, because that's new information to me. I'm aware that you stayed at these other places already, but that's the part I'm not following with you. So you said he's been there with you 2 or 3 times since October 21st when he got out of jail.
yeah.
But we don't know exactly when those 2 or 3 days
probably
were.
2 or 3 times.
Did he ever go there without you?
No, not that I know of.
I mean, how close were the 2 of you with Danny?
He wasn't close to him at all. He just knows him through me.
So whenever
So-
you'd go there to Danny's place, he would just be along with you.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Did you guys sleep there, or
Yeah, we slept there before. Just for a few hours, not anything big.
where do you guys sleep at?
We mostly slept in the car, but it started getting cold, so.
In your car?
Yeah.
No, I mean
in my
when you went to Danny's.
Oh, we slept in the bed. He slept on the couch.
Who slept on the couch? Danny? Or
Danny.
He let you two in his bed?
Yeah. But I mean, he's not a bad guy. He's a really good guy,
You're talking
So-
Jessie or Danny?
Danny. So he's kind of like Bob. This customer that I had that I told you came in yesterday. He was trying to get us out of our car as well, and he said that he had this friend that worked at either a farm or a ranch somewhere down in Farmington, and he wanted to make it to where we could pull the travel trailer over there, and Jessie could do work in exchange for us staying there. So we had kind of the same situation there, and he deals with Bob. He hasn't met Bob, but he deals with Bob, and he's been on the phone with him and stuff like that.
Okay.
Why doesn't Jesse just get a job?
You know what? He's going around, he's applying, he's putting in applications, and at this point right now, our only option right now, people are going to look up his record, and they're going to see that he goes to trial. He went and he did get a job at one place, and then I don't know if he got freaked out about the incident or what. He decided at the last minute, don't go. So I've been.
So he never
going-
showed up at the job?
Right. We've been going back and forth with that. You know, I took him to the job. He wouldn't get out of the car. He wouldn't go. We've been back and forth with this, you know, one excuse after another. You know, Jessie and I, we have our differences. I'm sorry, I'm dehydrated right now. We have big issues about the car. You know, we fight constantly about the car when we do fight. And every time we get in an argument, I want to leave because I want that space.
Yeah.
When I'm upset with somebody, I just want some personal space. So I try to leave. So we have an issue about the car. He says it's his. I say it's mine. He usually gets his way, and the car is his. You know, and the whole situation there is he's got a power of attorney saying that he has legal right over the car. So technically speaking, I guess it is his car.
Who's it registered to?
The
title
the title's in my name, but the bail bondsman has it. So it's not like anything
The
can
bail
be done
bondsman got
with
right over
the
that
car.
car, I think.
It's not
So
like
you're saying
anything
from
can be done
October
with it.
21st to 2 weeks before Danny died, you guys were over there 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I tried to let them know that. I mean, I didn't say, you know, Jesse's name, it never even came up that night
Well, the thing is
when they
that
first
that
came
never,
into the club.
none of the interviews that were done prior to us talking to you now ever mentioned anything about Jessie having been over there at all.
Well, I remember
come-
specifically when I spoke with the detectives that night. I don't
Yeah.
remember too much about the conversation, but I remember specifically telling them that I had been over there and showered, and that we had been over there a few times. Because they specifically asked me if I had ever been in his house.
Well,
You know,
they
and
was
when
completely
I
clear about
talk,
you having been
usually
over there.
it's we because Jesse's, you know,
Yeah.
with me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that. I didn't recall you ever saying anything about Jessie. That's why this is new to me. I never recalled once then Jessie having been at Danny's place
You
at all.
watched the tapes from the night in the club.
Yeah, yeah. No. Well, all of them. The ones from in Park Hills. They're even following you around while you were. Because I recall watching. You have to crawl into the camper off the little. You had to crawl to get in the cab. I remember watching all. I watched all those tapes.
Yeah, in
Every
fact,
one of those.
that's why the police came that night.
Yeah, every single one of
Because
those.
crawling in there probably.
I mean, even that one too, where they following around with a camera. I watched all of those, and I never heard any mention at all of Jessie having ever been over Danny's. That's why.
Right.
This is new.
Watch the tape from the night at Miss Kitty's. The first time I ever had anything to do with detectives.
Yeah.
That night.
Yeah,
So,
well, I did watch that. There's never a mention about Jessie having been over there.
well, I specifically said we.
Did you tell them off camera then? This? Because
No,
none of that is on the
we were
camera
at-
at all.
We were at Kitty's.
No, I know.
So you
and I
guys
watched
should have
that.
been recording.
And I did. I watched the recording of that. But when the cameras were turned off, did you tell anybody about Jessie being over there then? Maybe. Because on the camera itself, on the video, there's never once a mention about Jessie having ever been over to Danny's house. That's why I'm asking you about all these questions right now.
Right.
Because none of it was ever mentioned about Danny or Jessie having ever been over there.
Right. No, at Kitty's that night,
Yeah.
they asked and I said, yeah, we've been over there.
Okay. Well,
So-
I didn't see that.
And
That
I
was on
told-
video?
Yeah. I mean, it should have been.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
didn't
should
see
be
that, but-
recording everything when you guys interview us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it should be there.
I didn't see it on there.
But
There-
Jessie, what I'm saying is Jesse's name didn't come up that night. I just said we.
Yeah.
Because I always say we.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, what about you stayed with another guy that you met in a homeless shelter?
Oh, that's
What's the deal with
Fred.
that?
That's the guy with
a
the
named
nursing
Fred.
home.
Okay.
Right.
What's
That's
the
the
deal
one.
with Fred?
And if you guys ever go on the audio recording, you'll hear the recording on him. That was one of the things on
That's
there
what
that I
you're
was
talking
telling you
about, the guy that was sexually harassing you or something like that.
Right.
You said.
Right. When I was sleeping on his couch. In fact, this was I think I'd been there like a few nights or something before Jessie got out. And I was sleeping on his couch and he came up and he tried to stick his finger up and
Mhm.
So that's a whole incident there. You can tell why I got out and why we got into an argument and everything. I went down to Bon Terre. I filed a police report against him. And then he kept going and kept going. And I tried to deal with it again with Bon Terre. They wanted me to take that recording off of that audio recorder. And I said, I don't know how to. You know, and I've been trying to. And I don't know how to get the recordings up in there in order to file charges against him. The way that we got that, and if you listen to it real closely, you'll hear Jessie there too. It was after Jessie got out of jail.
Right.
He went over there with me. And we were standing outside the door, and I said, Jessie, be really quiet. You know, let me just deal with this. You know, I don't need you getting involved in anything. So we went in there. I dealt with Fred the entire time. on it. You know, Jesse stepped in a couple of times and tried to say something. I said, you know, honey, just be quiet and let me deal with it. So I did, and I got what I needed on tape, trying to file charges against him.
Okay.
So,
Now, this came up, I don't remember who we were talking about this, somewhere, one of your previous employers somewhere along the line, a coworker or something was talking about this. I don't too many names to remember anymore, but there's something to do with an IOU. Was there any money you owed him, or did he owe you money, or what was the deal with someone owing money with Fred? Because someone mentioned something about meeting a guy at a homeless shelter and about you living with them, and a lot of the stuff, and there's some kind of sexual harassment issues.
I know what you're talking about, the IOU. I was trying to figure out what you're talking about, coworkers.
Somebody said something about it. I don't recall which one of them was anymore. We've talked to probably 10, 15 of your coworkers at some point.
Okay.
So what's the deal with the IOU?
I didn't know any of my coworkers that knew Fred or anything.
What's the deal with the IOU?
The IOU was that Fred had loaned me money.
Okay.
Okay. But the whole thing was that he wanted me to pay him double back. So, and that I don't know if that was talked on about on that tape or not.
I haven't listened to it. I don't know.
But he had that IOU. Okay. I had given him part of that back, and we were dealing with money back and forth. That was on top of everything else.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was, I told him, I said, Fred, I said, you know what, you really tried to scam me. You know, I didn't need that money that bad for you to do that to me.
You never agreed to pay him double? That was never an agreement that you made with him?
No, I signed the IOU because that was the only way, you know, to do it. And then...
I mean, what did the IOU say? There's an IOU out there somewhere that says something about you owing him money, but what does that IOU say?
Right. I don't know what it says. I don't remember.
But are you agreeing to pay him double? I mean, was that the sticking point
right.
of this?
I was going to pay him double.
Okay, so you agreed to it.
That was our stipulation.
Okay,
right?
but you thought you were getting ripped off, is what you're saying?
I thought that I was getting ripped off, and I thought I was getting ripped off on a lot of other things with him, too. You know, and...
So you just disagreed with it after the fact, after you already signed the IOU?
Right.
Okay.
Bottom line in a story, he thought, well, you're dancing, so you can do this for me. That's what it came back to. You know, and I'm a fair person. I don't, you know, if I need money usually or something, I'll go and I'll pawn something that I have, you know, take a loan out for it or something. I don't usually ask anybody for anything, you know. Jesse's asked his dad for money, and I can't pay it back. So why, you know, why? It just gets you in further debt, you know, and I don't know.
Now, has Jesse ever threatened anybody? Like, to physically harm them and that kind of stuff? You said Jesse's got kind of a temper and he's kind of abrasive in the way he talks. Has there been anybody he's ever threatened?
He's gruff. It's the only way that I can put it.
Yeah, but I mean, that you know of, has he ever threatened anybody with anything?
I'm trying to think. I mean, he's had it out with Michael, but I never heard any threats or anything.
Because it sounds like he's got an issue when you're with other guys.
When I'm with other guys.
Yeah. And I'm not saying in a weird illegal way, but if you ever have any relations with other guys whatsoever, I mean, everybody we've talked to says that Jesse gets very upset over that. Because there was one of the clubs you used to work at one of those Miss Kitty's or somewhere, about the manager. He threatened to get into it with the manager there. Manager said that as well.
Oh no. Well,
but there's been a couple different places we've talked to that says that.
That was a totally different issue. The manager was inappropriate with me. The manager, you know, unzipped his pants back in the back office and told me to give him head.
Okay.
So that was an issue with that manager.
And that's why Jesse was pissed at him.
The manager and I dealt with it. He got suspended for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, Jesse was extremely upset that night when I called him and told him to come pick me up. But if you guys will look at the cameras and everything that night, Jesse came in to escort me out.
Right.
He didn't say a word to Roger. There wasn't no word mentioned back and forth. And I told him, I said, you know, just let it be. They're going to handle it. Mm-hmm. And we got it handled. But, you know, I was extremely upset about that. And then 2 weeks later, he came back, and then they told me that I couldn't work Sunday and Monday night, that I couldn't work Wednesday and Thursday during the day because Roger was there. So that increased the tension and everything between Roger and I. But Jesse stayed out of it the entire time. He didn't get involved in it. After that night, he was upset. We were, you know, getting into it in the car out in the parking lot. But when he came in there, he behaved. He didn't say anything. And that's usually Jesse. Jesse comes off really rough. Sorry. He comes off really rough. But when it comes to getting in confrontation with people, he doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, he's been really good inside here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he doesn't say anything to anybody when he comes in here. It's been lately that the manager and his girlfriend, the two that got out of the car over there, that you guys were asking if that was Ginger getting out.
I don't
They've
recall last
been
time it was
wanting
Ginger. I
rides.
was asking who the hell she was in the first place. I didn't think that it wasn't Ginger. I could tell looking at her that wasn't Ginger.
Okay. Well, Mimi said that you asked if it was Ginger.
No, I was asking who she was.
Questions,
I didn't know she was. I
And
she
I-
was Ginger.
And I still understand why they jumped out of the car and started freaking out and leaving.
Well,
Because
that's the big reason I want to know who they are. 'Cause
we
when they
came
see us, they
back
get
and
out they take off.
I don't know if they had something to hide,
Yeah.
you know, wondered why I was being called back to the police station or something, or if it was because Jessie and I were arguing. I gave you guys the message that I was coming back to pick him up. He didn't get that message. So he thought, well, she left me. You know, she's just going to make me walk. He thought I came back to work. He walked down here. So he was upset. But the whole thing is, we've been giving them rides. We've been giving Mimi rides. We've been giving Ginger rides. And frankly, I'm getting a little bit tired of it.
Where does Ginger live?
But
With Mimi?
Ginger lives, if you go down this road right here and you go all the way to where Foodland is, you make a right. I don't know much about the
Towards
area.
Tokyo
I
Mountains?
drive all over freaking Illinois and Missouri, and I don't even know where I'm at. You go straight out that way. I think it's like 20 miles. There's a bunch of refineries.
Oh, God. South
It-
Roxanne?
They said that they're like gas refineries or something. I see signs for Roxanne on the way.
So is she still here, or did FBI take her out of here?
No, she didn't show up today. And in fact, the owner's coming in to check the cameras because somebody stole a bunch of money and they think that she did it.
Oh.
So it's a whole big drama scene.
Sure it is.
But we had an incident last night, and this is the first time that we've ever had an incident with Jessie being in here. And that was because he came in, and for some reason he thought that he handed me the keys to the car, and he didn't. So he got really upset and accused me of taking the keys. He came in, he handed me a pack of cigarettes. Mimi called him in, and I don't know why Mimi called him in, but she called him in. So he shows up, hands me a pack of cigarettes, and thought he handed me the keys. In fact, he locked him in the car. So we had a big issue here last night, you know, trying to get into the car, and him and I going at it over it and everything else. And that is going to take me back to what your question is. Does Jessie have a problem with other men? Jessie had a problem with a guy, but not for the reason I thought it was. You know, Jessie, he doesn't have a problem with men because we have a relationship where, you know, I approve of him even going out with other girls.
Right.
I'm okay
An open
with that.
relationship.
Right.
Right.
And like I said before, you know, when they were asking me something about Danny in the colony, and I didn't know anything about Danny, like in the colony or anything like that, but I said, you know, Jessie and I wanted to try it. So that tells you kind of where we're at with that. But, Jessie did have a problem last night, and I finally figured out what his problem is. It's not with men. It was the fact that when he walked back into the club, a black man apparently was standing a little bit too close to me. So even though it's okay for Jessie to be with black girls, and he likes black girls for some reason, he's got something about black men. So that's been his only issue.
No, I don't care about that at all. But
And we finally discussed it last night, so...
yeah, no, I'm just the reason I bring that up is that's come up time and time again when we talk to people is that there's always something to do with Jessie making a threat towards a guy, and it has to do with you involved with that too. You know, and what they're getting at is, I guess, that if there's anywhere you're ever at where there's another man, and either you are there to dance for him or to do anything for the other guy, that Jessie gets very upset about that, and will then usually threaten them and say something to the effect that he's going to hurt them and do something like that, or that he's going to cut them, or that there's a lot of threats involving knives whenever these people are telling us these stories. And it's always continuous stories. All of them are very similar. That's what is obviously alarming to us in light
Right.
of everything else that we're working on here with his previous case. That's alarming to us when we hear the same stories over and over. And I'm not
Well,
feeding you a lie
as
here.
far
I'm just
as-
telling you that people are telling us this stuff.
Right. As far as I know, the only customers that Jessie's had any contact with whatsoever is Danny, and then Bob.
Okay.
So, I mean, Fred, you know, he wasn't a customer. He drove up here with me that night because I didn't know where I was going when I first started
Yeah.
Kitties. So he wasn't a customer here. He was somebody that we already did.
Did you and Fred ever have a sexual relationship?
Mm-mm.
Never?
No, we never did anything together.
Nothing? Never
Nothing
just messed
sexual.
around or nothing?
No, he always sent me these weird, you know, text messages and stuff like that. All the it was like a running joke with all the girls over at the shelter. You know, Fred's horny again. You know, it was always about Fred. You know, everybody making comments about him. And then
How long were you at the shelter?
I was there for I think about 5-6 weeks.
Has
Something
anybody
like
ever paid you for sex? And you're not in trouble for saying yes or no to this, but because
Fine.
there's been like again, other people are telling us stuff about this. So has that ever happened?
that. Well, I mean, if I'm not going to answer that question the way that you want me to, because technically speaking, they pay me for sex every day.
And I'm not
Do you
talking
understand?
about I'm not talking about stripping and dancing. I'm talking about an actual sexual relationship where someone pays you money for you to have sex with them, whether that be
At some time in the
Oral
past, yeah.
sex? Yeah.
that's happened before. That's what I'm
At some
saying,
time in
and
the
and
past,
I don't care about that, but that's come up time and time again from other people. So, I mean, if that's something that you're being honest and truthful about, then I
Yeah,
just want to
I mean,
know.
at some time in the past, yeah, but you know, according to me, in my opinion, I'm doing that every day.
Yeah.
I mean, what's really the difference? I really am.
Well, and I'm not getting into a moral discussion over that. I'm not judging you either way. I could care less. But what I'm doing is corroborating what other people have told us. And if there's truth to that, then there's truth to that. And you're
Well, I
being
think-
honest about it.
I think, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
So did Fred ever
I
pay
don't
you
know.
for sex?
I have a different way of thinking than a lot of people do. I mean,
Did Fred ever pay you for sex?
Mm-mm.
And you said you never had sex with Fred.
No.
How about Danny? Did Danny ever
no,
pay you
he
for sex?
offered to.
But he never did.
He tried to. No.
Did you ever have sex with Danny?
No.
Did you ever
Danny,
have,
never.
Did you ever have any kind of sexual contact with Danny at all?
No. Never.
And I'm talking nothing at all.
No. Except in the club, yeah.
Outside of dancing at the club, you never had any kind of sexual contact with him at all.
No. I don't think I'm Danny's type.
Okay.
I don't think Danny wanted me like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He didn't get dances from me when he came in. He wanted to be with other people. So it's understandable. Certain men have, you know, certain things that
Preferences.
turn them on. Yeah. And I'm obviously not that person. You know, like I said, I think that I might have. I can't remember for sure, but I think that I might have danced for him one time in the beginning. But I don't do anything else with him.
Right.
You know. And that's fine.
Did you ever, and some of these questions are personal, I understand that, but did you and Jessie ever have sex on Danny's bed?
No.
Never ever had sex over at Danny's house at all?
No, I don't think that we did anything
Okay.
when we were together that night.
Okay. So there's no reason at all why, if the forensic labs comes up with any kind of fluids from either you or Jessie, why any of that would ever be in Danny's house?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. And on Danny himself too. If there's anything tested on Danny, is there any reason why
No.
anything from you would ever be on that?
No.
Okay.
You're talking about his private areas.
We test the body head to toe.
Okay.
I mean, is there any reason why anything from you would be on him whatsoever at all?
No.
And I understand that
Nothing
you've
at all.
danced for him before, but you're not dancing in the same manner to leave fluids on a body.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So no reason at all why
No.
that would
Not
be
at
there.
all.
Okay.
Right.
And same with Jessie. There's no reason any.
Oh, Jessie does not do anything with men.
Well,
No.
and I'm just asking. I mean,
I'm
sometimes
sorry.
guys do. I don't care, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
asking.
No.
No reason why Jessie would have either, right?
No.
Okay.
No. There's no reason why any of our fluids should be on
Anything at Danny's house.
anything that he has.
And now that I know that
I
Jessie's
mean,
there,
if I did actually dance for him, like I think I did way back in the very
Mm-hmm.
beginning that one time or something, you know, I don't even see anything getting on him. I mean, I have a T-bar on. So there should be no reason why there's any kind of fluid on anything that he even takes home with him from the bar.
well, that's why
so-
I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kitty's is different than over here. And I don't know if you guys know that. Kitty's is, if something more is going to happen, you take it back in that very back room. You know, Danny's never been back there that I know of with anybody except for Teddy. But over in the other room, You know, things don't happen. They watch you. You know, it's different. You know, they want you to go back there and they want you to do the bare minimum that you would ever do in a dance for somebody because they want it from the other room.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make that $125 every time.
Mm-hmm.
When we initially put out the press release, whenever we first got activated to work on this stuff, we always offer rewards on this kind of stuff, and they offered just $5,000-$10,000 standard reward you always offer in a case like this, and we had people come out of the woodwork
I didn't know you
calling.
guys actually do that.
Yeah, we do that, and we believe it or not, there's a lot of money out there to give to people when they give information. That's why.
Yeah.
That's how we solve a lot of cases. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, is people don't want to leave their name, but they still want to share. But there was a lot of people that called and gave information about this stuff, and I'm not trying to bullshit here, but the same people were coming up with the same names. They kept saying Stacy, which we learned that was a stage name for you, and then they kept saying a guy named Jesse. Stacy and Jesse were the two names kept coming up over and over and over and over and over again. So that's, from our point of view, you can see
Well, if you get a bunch of calls on a hotline
yeah.
like that, wouldn't you think that they're coming from people in the same clique?
You never know. Yeah, you never know. But I'm just saying, though, that there was a lot of people that called.
Yeah.
And there's even some that have come in recently claiming to have seen, and I'm not getting into details because it's a lot of the stuff is anonymous again, and I'm not going to say anyways. And just as what you and I speak about, I'm not saying to anybody else we talk about either, especially sexual stuff. That's nobody's business, but all of us talking in here. But at the same time, there's people claiming to have seen, someone leave that trailer right around the time when this all occurred. So, Danny's trailer.
Oh,
Not your
I
trailer.
don't even
Danny's
consider.
trailer.
That's where I'm getting confused in what you're saying.
It's a
I'm
trailer.
thinking that we're talking about the other
No,
trailer.
I'm talking about Danny's place. So
Okay.
there's callers that have been within the last few
I
days that are claiming to
consider
have
it
seen.
like a home.
Yeah, and there's people claiming to have seen people leaving that trailer, and that's something we're going to follow up on, obviously. But is there any reason at all why it would be you or Jesse that these people are identifying when we go to talk to them? This hasn't been done yet. We haven't talked to them yet because that, like I said, just came in within the last day or two.
I don't know.
But was there any reason why it would have been either you or Jesse leaving the trailer?
When?
It would have been right about the same time we got activated. So it would have been roughly the 8th.
8th, sounds right.
7th, 8th, something like that weekend. You had been there for at least 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah.
Is there any reason you're not remembering something correctly if we go to talk to them and they because we'll do photo lineups and all that kind of stuff. Is there any reason why they would pick you or Jesse out of that at all? Any reason at all? Maybe you
I
forgot
don't
something.
think so.
Maybe you went back for anything at all. And again, you're not in trouble for this, but I just want to be able to understand this correctly. If someone says that, yeah, I saw this person there and they identify you or Jesse, I want to be able to know why.
I don't
So is there any reason why you would have forgotten something and decided to come back and maybe not even gone in there, but maybe would have been on the outside looking for something? Is there any reason why that would have happened?
Nothing.
So no reason at all why you would have been there at all
No.
right around that time. Okay.
No reason at all. I mean, like I said, I think the last time I went over there was the time that I went over there to take a shower. And I don't even know what time I would have been over there because I'm trying to think. I remember when I went over that time, I was thinking something about, do I have enough time to get to work? So it was probably like an hour before I had to be on the floor.
And Miss Kitty.
Usually you have to be on the floor by 7 or 8 o'clock.
At night.
It would have been, well, no, back,
Morning? No.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking there was still some light when I went there. When I came out, there wasn't. But I'm not sure. So, but I pulled straight up in his driveway. It was right there in front of his house. So, anybody would have seen it was just me getting out of the car. Whether it's night or day, my car lights up.
And when you went over there, it was always in your same car, that same green car?
Mm-hmm.
And when you and Jesse would come there, it's always in the same car, right? Never any other cars you guys ever went
Right.
there? Right.
Well, that's the only car that we ever
The
drive,
green car.
is our green car.
Whatever one you have out there, the one with the sticker on the front of it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Pink Transformer or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever rent a car?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. We always drive our car. Jesse, I don't know if you guys realize Jesse doesn't have a license. So,
Do you?
yeah, I have a license.
I don't really care.
I don't care. I'm just
I have a
asking for.
license. Jesse doesn't. So
As you can see, we don't run people, especially when we're
that's
coming
one
to
thing
places.
he was supposed to do today is go down and get his driver's license.
Yeah.
You know, so. But the last few days, he's been bringing me in here to work, and usually when we stay over at Caseyville, he brings me to work too, and then he takes the car.
Tell him not to get caught. The car will
Yeah.
be in the back of a tow truck.
That was the whole thing over in Caseyville. There's a lot of police pulling people over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever he's driving over in that area, you know, he is real careful. But, you know, like I said, I try not to go there with Jesse. You know, we have situations with the car, you know, and I don't think it's going to change until either we decide that it's my car or it's his car. You know, I think Jesse just wants to feel like he owns something, or he just wants to have control over the car. I don't know what the issue is.
Sounds like it's the bail bondsman's car now. Until
Well-
that gets settled.
Yeah, I mean, until the $20,000 is paid, it's a bail bondsman's car. So, and I don't see that title coming back anytime soon. The agreement was, you know, when I reach a certain amount of money, the title comes back. Well, it hasn't come back, and I know I'm at that amount of money. So,
What? Something else I was going to ask you too is why didn't you want to tell who's the place you're talking to about you getting your daughter back? Is that the Family Services or whatever in Missouri? DFS. Why wouldn't you tell DFS where you've been staying at?
well, they just want an address, and we've been
Right.
giving them the mailing address.
Yeah, but I remember
And
talking
then-
to one of them that said that when they contacted you, they asked where you're living at right now, and you were not wanting to tell them where you're staying at. You just wanted to use the address.
No,
They said you were being very cryptic about that.
Oh no, I talked
Were you
to
refusing to give
Angela.
them where you're living at?
No, I talked to Angela, and I told her that we were staying up here in St. Louis because of the incident with the.
Yeah, and I understand
the
that too,
Deloche
but
police.
you wouldn't give her the address of where you're staying at in St. Louis. I'm just wondering why.
Oh, she didn't ask me. She just said, "Do you want to still use the other address?" And I said, "Yeah."
So, see,
So-
we were talking to her, and she was saying that she asked you for the physical address of where you're staying at in St. Louis.
Oh no.
And then you were saying, I don't want to give that out, where I just want to use the mailing address. And
Oh no. I mean, I don't care who knows where we're at because, like I said, the bail bondsman knows where we're at all
Yeah.
times. He's had all the addresses where we've been at.
all right. Because she's saying that you refuse to give that address out whatsoever. Okay.
No. And see that's what we need to clarify with you guys is all that crap like
Yeah.
that.
So
So,
Angela would know when I call up. You said Angela you was talking to.
Angela.
Angela would know what address you're living at in St. Louis.
No, she's not going to know the address that we're staying at St. Louis because she
Mimi's
wasn't-
address is probably what we're talking
It
about.
didn't seem like she was worried about that. It seems like she wants the mailing address more than anything. And she said,
Well, if she's
it was kind of like, you know, what are you guys going to do? And I told her, I said, you know what, until the 20th, I think we're going to stay up here because I just want to keep him out of St. Francis County. I'd rather keep him closer up here.
and she did mention something. You said something to her about the police looking after him or being after him or something like that.
Yeah.
Were you talking about over in St.
Well,
Francis
I
because of his case?
kind of broke down on the phone with her, and I can't tell you everything that was said because I was upset. And I told her, I said, Angie, I said, this is what's happening. I said, it seems like everything that happens, for some reason, everybody wants to point their finger at Jesse. You know, and if you guys look back at the Park Hills thing, okay, that you guys ended up talking to me that night because you guys didn't call me on the phone. You just showed up when I was trying to file a complaint. Okay, that whole thing with Richard Barks, you know, the finger somehow got pointed
Who's Richard
back at
Barks?
Jesse. Richard Barks is somebody that I know from the past, and I was living in the basement apartment down underneath his house.
Okay.
So that incident right there, you know, him coming after us with an axe in the middle of the road when I'm driving back from Odax, you know, there was no reason for it. I wanted him arrested finally because he just keeps harassing us and keeps harassing us. He's the one that did all the damage on Sophia's trailer and everything else. So, but that night when I called to talk to the police about it, the officer got really nasty with me and started trying to point the finger at Jesse. And I said, you know what? I'm tired
What,
of
in Park
this.
Hills?
Right.
Okay.
In Park Hills. I said, I'm tired of this. You know, everything's always going to be somebody else's fault and you can't go out and do your job. I said, you know, it's on tape. It's on camera. How can you, you know, just sit here and refuse to go and look at the camera and find out what really happened?
When is Jesse's
But
trial?
it happened again, you know, with the Deloche police.
Right.
So, you know, and then we got pulled over. They were out looking for drunk drivers. We got pulled over. And it seemed to be happening again. As soon as they took Jesse's ID, then they come over and they told Jesse to get out of the car and, you know, get up against the car and search him and everything like that. It keeps happening. You know?
Well, I mean...
And I think it's always going to happen down in St. Francis County. So I wanted him away from that.
Well, he's going through a trial right now for the allegations of stabbing a man in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And I read the report, it's essentially what it's involving. Whether he did or didn't, I don't care. I'm not involved in that case.
Right.
But when he's pulled over and someone's checking a history on someone who, on paper, is going to look like they committed a very violent offense, I can't blame them because I would probably do the same thing too if I were on the road stopping cars. But because it's recent, this isn't something that happened 3 or 4 years ago. This is very recent. It's within a year.
You know, I can understand it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know, when I first met Jesse, I had my doubts, you know, to a certain extent. But I wanted to give him a chance because there was something in there that told me that he didn't do that. Mm-hmm. There was just something about the way he was saying it that told me that he didn't do that. So when I went through it and everything, I got the police reports from the public defender. I looked at the reports and I saw Matthew Dugal's report, you know, and he was saying basically, you know, in so many words that it was self-defense. So I went further than that. And sure enough, through all this, you know, Jesse has the 3 witnesses that were there besides Matthew Dugal who won't show up because he's being threatened. The other 3 saying that it's self-defense.
Right.
How can I sit here and say, you know, Jesse did that when everybody's saying he didn't?
Yeah, when is this trial coming up?
It was on the 20th, but something happened. They pulled a sidebar, and they said something about they were having problems with the witnesses. Well, the only witness that they would have an issue with on the prosecution, I believe their only witness is Kelly. So I don't know what their issue is with him. You know,
So they reset it, or
I hope when he shows up to trial that he, you know, goes to jail for what he's done. Because he took a gun after Jennifer. He took a gun after Matthew.
No, what I'm saying is this, you said this is looking like it might get thrown out, Jesse's case with the stabbing issue?
I don't know. That's what's coming from Kathleen Abishon.
That's your defense attorney, right?
That's what I'm getting from her.
Okay.
Is that she's thinking that it's going to be dismissed. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I can't, you know, without technically asking her, but, you know, when I spoke with somebody else on the phone, I spoke with somebody and I said, you know what, Kathleen's giving him a 50-50 chance. Why is that? And they said, because no lawyer will ever give you more than a 50-50 chance. Even if you've got everything on your side. They'll never do it. That's just part of their practice.
So in order for you to get your kid back, don't you have to have a hard address to stay at? Don't they come and check your place and all that kind of stuff?
Right.
You can't be hopping around to different places, can you?
Right, but at this point I don't even have visits with Sophia because of the psychologist. He took so long turning the report. I don't have any visitation with her.
So how much do you pay? How's the bail bondsman thing work? We don't have bail bondsmen in this state. How much do you guys pay, or how's that work?
The bail bondsman charged him $20,000 to get out.
Well, I mean, he didn't have it, so there must be some kind of promise, or I don't know how they work it. But...
Right. Well, the family took care of everything on the attorney and, you know, the bondsman and stuff. And then every month he has to pay $1,000.
Oh.
So he's been paying that monthly between family, between me, and everything.
One of the girls we interviewed a long time ago said something about you having a private date. What does that mean when a dancer has a private date?
A private date.
Which means it's off the property of the dance club. So is that common for dancers to have a private date with a client?
Well, I mean, a private date inside the club is going back to that.
No, I'm talking about a private date outside the club. Because they mentioned that you had private dates where you mentioned need money or something like that because Jessica had an issue.
Some girls do go out on privates.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're going to have sex with guys, but private date, I would assume, means someone's paying you to at least go out and do something.
It's usually to go and spend time with the person.
Yeah, more or less an escort, probably, just to give them...
Well...
What I mean by that is to go out and spend time with them.
It just depends on the girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't sit here and say on every girl.
Did you have private dates when you worked at Miss Kitty's?
I've dealt with that, yes.
Yeah, but you've gone on private dates with guys and they gave you money to spend time with them.
Right, to spend time with them.
Yeah. Were any of those private dates with Danny? Did he ever give you money to spend time with him at all?
No.
No, I'm talking sex. I'm talking give you money to spend time with him.
No.
That never happened? He was never one of your private dates?
The only money that Danny ever gave me was inside the club.
Okay.
But Danny didn't have money.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole thing. I mean, I explained to you guys before, and I don't know if it was that night at Kitty's or if it was the next time, Danny didn't have money except for one certain time of the month. He would come in and he would spend a whole bunch of money, and then he wouldn't have any money. So whatever he spent, and I don't know how much he spent. Like when he went back there with Teddy, I don't know how much he spent. You know, I know what girls charge when they go back there. You know, and usually it's around $425. That's usually what they say. They say $300
Wow.
on top of the $125 for the bar. Right.
Is that to get laid?
But I don't think he paid that because he didn't have money.
What $425 get you? Is that them sleeping with a client? Is that what $400 will get you?
No,
That seems like a lot of money.
I've been back there with another girl, and we sat there and talked to the guy who was drunk.
And he was paying you $400 for that?
Yeah, it was that night. I got 200. I don't know how much she got, but she got at least 200
So you guys
because she
spending
was
$400
helping him
to
at the
talk to people.
ATM. Right. And that was
Seems like an awful waste of money.
I can't even think of her name. Blonde, heavyset girl. We went back there. It was when I first started at Kitty's. So we went back there and just talked. You know, it was a bunch of BS. So he was talking about this, I don't know, nudist place that he goes
No,
to.
it's fine. $400 is a lot of money to talk to somebody. Huh?
All right. So it depends. I mean,
Would you spend $400 to go talk to somebody?
no. No, but I've seen it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen plenty of times.
Whose time is that thing you have on?
No, that's plenty. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else, Chuck?
No, is there anything else you want to tell us?
No, I'm just, like I said, I just wish that you guys would come to me and ask me, and you
Well, I mean,
because
as a-
I'm hearing a lot of crap coming
I think
from
as of
every
right now,
direction.
We probably won't be talking.
You know,
to you for a
I
while.
know that Ginger was freaking out because I don't know. Mimi told her that you guys were asking
Ginger's
if that was
extremely nervous.
her getting out of the car over there.
Yeah, Ginger didn't want to be in there to talk to us. She's extremely
She's
nervous.
really
Ginger has a
freaked out
drug
about all
problem.
this.
Yeah, she didn't want to be there. She was
Well, it's not just the
visibly
drugs.
nervous.
Right, it's not just the drugs, it's not just the warrants. There's something else going on with Ginger.
Mm-hmm.
And she's scared of you guys. She was not scared of the FBI. She was scared of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Go figure. Because she was really worried yesterday. You know, when I was talking to you, I didn't hear you say anything about coming back in the club and talking to the other girls. But for some reason, Mimi thought that you said that. So she went in there and she ran her mouth, and Ginger got really nervous. And all of a sudden, she wanted to go home. She never ended up going home, but she freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to go home.
Well, I thought it was weird. You approached me yesterday or 2 days, whenever we did the search warrant with Jessie. Was that yesterday? 2 days ago? Whatever that was.
Yesterday.
You approached me and offered or said that you were told that I wanted to get a search warrant for Mimi's phone.
Yeah,
Who told you that?
she said that.
I never once even mentioned
She
Mimi's
said
phone
that,
to her.
that you guys were talking about coming in here and taking everybody's phone, getting search warrants.
Yeah, never.
But there's a whole bunch of issues going on with Mimi, and I don't know if she's
Yeah,
completely
I
here.
don't know what.
Well, I never
Mimi's-
once said
I'm
anything to
starting
Mimi
to wonder.
about. I don't even know if I said the word cell phone to her, and that's why I thought it was weird
Yeah.
that you told me that.
Yeah.
I never once said the
No,
word.
she was freaking out about it, and she's like, well, I don't want to lose my phone like you did and this and that. And I said, why don't you just go in there and show them your phone? You know? Who cares, you know, what you're writing to everybody else? Show them our text messages, because that, you know, if they're asking for your phone or something, they seem to be concerned with our text messages, you know, our phone calls, whatever like that. I said, so go in there and show them that. You know, because, I mean, you guys know that I use hers when I don't have mine. Jessie and I talk back and forth. So,
Whose phone was
I
it
don't
that
have
you gave me
anything
to
to
talk
hide
to
from you
Jessie the other
guys.
day?
um,
You handed me a phone and I talked to Jessie on the phone.
oh, that was Mimi's phone.
That was Mimi's phone, the pink one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's whose phone I had then.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, you know what? I don't have anything to hide, so go give them the cell phone. Let them look through it. Do whatever they need to do with it. Then you don't have to worry about losing your phone and never getting it back like me.
Right.
So.
Okay.
All right. I got it else.
Okay.
But that's what I wanted to straighten out, you know. And your detectives, you know, that night when they came into Park Hills, they kept saying to me over, and you know, it seemed like it was a never-ending thing about my brother, you know. And what I get it from, I mean, if you guys have reviewed the tapes, you know what was said. But I'm going to tell you the way I took it. The way I took it was that they were threatening to make me lose my daughter by trying to get me involved in old crimes with my brother.
Mhm.
Okay, they were saying, well, DFS is not going to give you your daughter back until you clear yourself.
Well, I'm sure DFS
You know,
knows
and-
about your
and-
brother.
I was so upset. I called Albuquerque and I said,
Yeah.
you know what? Can you guys fix this for me? They, finally at the end said, no, we can't.
Well, I'm
know-
going to be perfectly clear with you. I have no, and I don't mean this to sound callous or terrible, but it's no bearing to me what happens with the child group custody agreement there. I mean, we're not here to investigate anything with the kids.
Right.
It doesn't matter to me one way or the other what happens there. I'm not going to tell them anything to get your kid taken away, just as much as I'm going to tell you anything that DCFS wouldn't want to know about either. I mean, we're not here to talk about where your child's going to end up at. I could care less about that part.
Right.
I'm not saying that in any way,
but
but
I care.
I know you care, but I'm not getting in the middle
and
of
with
that.
all this stuff going on, it's
It's none of our business.
Well, it's
and
none of our
people
business. We're not
saying-
intentionally doing anything to keep the kid from me. I could care less. I mean, we're not here to look at that part of it.
right.
That's not even in our state.
Right, but if you look at it, going back with DFS, I had accusations from my mother before that I was involved.
I saw that.
And, for somebody who hasn't spoken to a guy in so many years, I sure do have a lot of involvement with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deal with my brother. I don't want anything to do with my brother.
Yeah. Why were you so
Mm-hmm.
elusive to want to mention anything about your brother when you talked to the detectives the first night in Park Hills? You didn't really want to say anything about your brother when you were talking to them.
Well, most of what was said about my brother was said outside. I was said off camera and we were talking about it.
But there was some of it when they'd ask you, you said, I don't want to talk about that. You were very
Well,
clear that you didn't want to say anything about your brother. You got
I'm
very upset talking about your brother.
I'm upset with everything that's happened with him.
Yeah.
And the fact that he would do what he did.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
Now, you know how the rumor mill goes. So the rumors were
always
that you were
comes
involved
back
in
on
the stuff
me.
that your brother was doing, too. I mean, that's
Right,
ultimately
that's what
is
I'm-
getting thrown out there.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's a big reason why they were probably wanting to talk to you about it. So, was there any involvement with you and your brother as far when the detectives talked to you? I think that's probably a good reason why they were wanting to talk to you about your brother, probably. Because
the detectives in Park Hills.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
confused. I thought you were talking about Albuquerque.
No, the detectives in Park Hills. That's a good reason they're probably wanting to talk to you about your brothers, because there's the rumor mill, as you've mentioned 1,000 times before, always keeps saying, well, I heard she had a brother who, killed a bunch of people and she had involvement in it. So they're probably wanting to talk to you about that. But I think when they originally wanted to talk to you about that, you were just, I don't want to say anything about my brother. You were
Yeah, and I
very
think-
distant from the brother.
I don't know the exact dates on my brother. Like I said, I can't remember crap anyways, even if I tried to remember. But whenever he did what he did, I don't know if it was spread out or if it was all together or what. But I remember back when I was pregnant with Sophia, and I was towards the end of my pregnancy with Sophia's when I got the call from my dad, and he said that media was out there at his house about it. Now, he never told me when it happened before then, and I remember speaking with Albuquerque Journal on it and everything like that. And I'm not sure, I read what I read on the internet about my brother, and that's what I know. That's as far as it goes.
So you know the
As
same
far
things
as-
we know about it then.
Right, because detectives never came to me. They never talked to me. They never questioned me about it. The Albuquerque Journal, they wanted to question me about my past with my brother and everything. They never went into detail about what he did. So anything that I see on the computer about him.
Did you get in any trouble with your brother when you were real young? That came
Yeah.
up with sometimes.
Yeah,
Was it an armed robbery or something like that?
And
or-
that's why everybody,
Well, and that's where I'm coming from. And is that why people are assuming these things? Did you get in trouble with him for? And this is all old crap. I don't care about
I got
it.
arrested when I was 16. with
Was it an armed robbery or was it something to do with?
It was an armed robbery.
Yeah, and that makes sense because that might be why people think you're involved with all the stuff he did because you got in trouble with him before. Maybe that's where they're coming from.
Right.
So, and I don't care about that. You're a juvenile, and
Right.
it was in a different state too. So I don't care about that. But
Well,
Do you have
the
anything
whole
pending
thing,
anywhere?
I talked to the detectives outside that night, and I told them, I said, you know what? I'm tired of hearing about the crap with my brother because DFS has brought up, that maybe I was involved in it because I went to prison with him.
right.
But you know what? I remember writing back and forth to my brother a couple times when I was in prison. And then somewhere along the way, it stopped. And I didn't hear from my brother until I got a phone call from my mom saying that he was out and he wanted to talk to me. And I don't remember if I called him or he called me. But he arranged to come down and see me and my kids down in Tucson. We were living in Tucson at the time. He came down. He left a few hours later. He was really pissed off at me because he broke down on the way back. Like that was my fault or something.
Mhm.
We got into it and we never spoke again. We never had any kind of conversation at all. No letters, no nothing. And then when I was pregnant with Sophia, I got the phone call from my father saying that he had done this. So, you know, I've called, I've talked to the prison, and I've thought about going to see him, but why?
Where's he at now?
I don't want that. He's, as far as I know, he's in New Mexico State Prison.
It's still a long way away.
They said that he went up to Connecticut or something like that for a little bit. He came back. I don't know. But I don't want it. It's negativity that I don't need. The only thing I want in my life is my daughter, you know, and I don't care about anybody else or anything else. You know, I do what I need to do for her. I go and I do my drops every week. I don't do drugs. I didn't do drugs before all this stuff. You know, they did the hair test. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. You know, these people in here, they'll tell you, I drink soda. You know, I don't get into that crap. I don't get involved in everybody's stuff. You know, the crap that's happening here today over the money issues and Ginger freaking out over you guys and everything else. I don't want to be involved in it. You know, I want to go live my own life. I want to get my daughter back.
Do they know you're out here talking to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said, don't be gone too long. I've been out here for a while.
Yeah, we better get you back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have anything pending anywhere else as far as in the country?
I had the charges out well, they're not charges.
Stupid thing.
DFS made a big stir out in California with Sophia, and they came to court after she got taken and said, well, California's going to press charges against her, blah, blah, blah. Well, I've been dealing with the attorney the whole time on it, and this is an attorney that John and I had before, and he said that they're not pressing any charges. They're not. They think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay.
That's what it means.
All right.
Well, you better get back in before you get in trouble. We don't want you
Yeah.
to get fired.
I do, but I just want to straighten that out with you
Well, if
guys. If
anything,
you
I'll
have
call you, we'll
questions,
straighten
come
anything
to me. I mean, it's better than hearing all this crap back and forth.
Yeah.
We're hearing a lot
I
of
don't-
crap, so that's why we're straightening someone out.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think we'll probably be bothering you for a while, so.
But if you guys do, you know, get a chance and you have questions about that Fred issue, listen to that recorder because that
Okay.
conversation is on there.
Okay.
Where he admits to what he did and everything.
Okay.
Okay?
Be careful, no shoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be careful. And I'm sorry about that, but I have
what?
to. I don't know. I would just, if Jessie, you know, doesn't want me talking to you, you know, I'd rather talk to you guys and sort things out than,
Right.
you know, have to deal with all this crap.
Well, is it okay to call your phone if we need anything?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can call and talk to me. That's not a problem.
You can leave it open. He's got to come
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
I need it to hold on to right now. Thank you guys, though.
All right.
As police continue building their case, Eva Heisch and Jessie Werley have an argument. Believing that Jessie could come forward with information, Heisch meets with police again to do damage control. Convinced that Heisch is turning on him, Werley comes forward, asking to speak to investigators himself. Police decide to use Heisch's and Werley's paranoia about what each other might say to unravel what happened at Danny's home the day of the murder.
Just go ahead and sit right here in the gray chair.
That's all we got to work with in here.
That's all we got, man.
This didn't agree, no video being recorded. What I'm saying.
Huh?
I didn't agree to no video camera being right here.
Okay. Well, we're doing statements, so.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just gonna tell you that what she told me, but I'm not doing no camera. I'm not writing it down.
Okay. Well,
You don't have to write anything
you want me to-
down. Okay, no, hold on, no. We have to record, okay? You know, we're not being seen as, you know, we're not gonna like, people know we're not beating on you
Right.
and you're not acting up, you're not
Understandable.
acting a fool, you're just being you, you know, and we're just here talking, so everything is up on the up and up. Okay, so that's why we do that, you know,
Okay.
that's mandated for your safety.
every
as
single
well as
person we
ours.
talk to is always on tape, man. That's for our good and for your good too, man.
Okay. So let me get this straight. Eva came to you today and was making incriminating statements about me.
Well, we'll get to all that. I want
Okay.
to.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, we'll explain everything that was.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go through everything with you, man. And
Okay.
this is the chance that we would think that you made comments that you wanted to talk to us and you wanted to.
Well, she told me she killed him, but she didn't give me no
Well.
details. She didn't tell me how she did it.
Okay.
But
Well, here's the deal, okay? We want to get what you have to say, all right?
that's what I gotta say.
But before, I need to read you your rights so you know what's going on. okay? So,
Police read Jessie his Miranda rights.
I mean, if you got something to say,
That's what I just.
go right ahead.
That's what I said. She told me she did it, but I don't know details or how she did it. Or
What did she
Yeah.
say she did?
she said she killed him.
Killed him.
That old man used to come into her club.
Okay.
I guess he liked to spend his money on horse. I don't know.
Okay.
Where did she say she did this at?
She didn't say. Well, I guess she did it at his house. She didn't say she did it.
You guess she said.
She didn't say where she did it at.
Okay.
I'm guessing she did it at his house.
Okay.
But she probably was going over to make house calls or something. I don't know. She said she makes house calls or goes to motel rooms like that with
Okay.
other men.
Do you know where this guy lives?
You know,
You don't know where he lived? Okay.
I don't know. I've never met him before in my life.
Okay. Have you ever been into the club?
Which Miss Kitty's where she used to work at?
Yeah.
I've been inside the Best of You. I've been to the bar a couple times before it opened.
Okay. So, I mean, are you sure? How do you know you didn't meet him? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. I've never really talked to anybody at the club except for the managers and a couple of girls that worked there. I've never really talked to none of the customers who come in. I'm not allowed to be in there when the customers are. Boyfriends and husbands are allowed to be in.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that you don't know anything about him. Okay. Have you had you ever been to anybody's house? Anybody's house that any of her clients from any of the bars?
I wouldn't go to people that are giving her money for whatever they're giving her. I don't know if she's just beating on them or talking bad to them or if she's actually having sex with them. I don't know what she's doing exactly, but it's for money, and no, I'm not going to their house. Never.
So there'd be no reason for any of your things to be there or any of your
Any of my DNA, hair, or
Anything.
fingerprints that you guys
Right.
got the search warrant for? No, I wouldn't think so. It shouldn't be if I've never been there.
okay, shouldn't be, but
Also, there was some of my stuff.
I'm not going to go into everything. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
What I'm saying is, we talked earlier just a little bit. You got stopped by Farmington. I think it was Farmington, wasn't it?
Yeah. Farmington PD.
And obviously the reason we're down here is because we got called down here because somebody else had some information, and they're talking about it, and hey, whether this is your chance to say what happened, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want your statement just to be what you told us just right there, I mean, that there's a little more to it than that, at least. And
There is.
well, I'm just this is you need to get on board, or
I mean, if you're getting all these incriminating statements from everybody else about me, then you don't need my statement, obviously. I mean, if that's what you're telling me. You said you got some other guys coming forward with information from down here. Oh well, okay. If that's what they're telling you, then I'm happy for you. I hope they're telling you the truth.
okay, well, I mean, so you tell me about Eva told what did she tell you?
I just told you.
Where were you guys at when this happened? Where were you at when Eva says this?
We were I don't know, down here somewhere.
We're at down here.
At home, at our home.
Is that the house, the
Oh,
one that's
Columbia?
on?
Yeah, I think so.
So when was it that she says this?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Oh, are we talking like
Months.
days or weeks or months or years or what are we talking?
Well, it couldn't be years.
Well,
Couple
I'm just
months.
asking, how long has it been?
I said a couple
A
months.
couple months, okay. And she says, say it again, I killed the guy,
That's what she said.
okay. And that, what context were you guys talking? I mean, did she just come out of the blue and say this, or what were
We
you guys
was
doing?
talking about her getting her daughter back and the DFS case that she's got going on, and you guys are interfering with her DFS battle, and we was arguing about it.
How did she say it?
What do you mean?
So you're arguing with her about the DCFS stuff, the issue with Sophia, and then
I'm out on bond. I got to go to jury trial in August over a pending case. If they don't You know, they don't want to believe that it was self-defense. So, you know, it's just making me look bad. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. And so then she just tells you then when you guys were arguing.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys been fighting a lot lately, man? I mean, we're talking to some of these guys here. They said they've been out there a lot for you guys fighting and arguing and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How was you and Eva? I mean, things getting rough between you guys?
No, physically.
Yeah.
A little verbal confrontation.
Oh, we've all been dating or married at some point. I get it, man. I know
Right.
that shit happens, man, when you've been with somebody for a long time. How long have you been with Eva?
A year and a half.
It's been long enough to be fighting like cats and dogs from time to time,
Yeah,
probably, right?
I mean, yeah, she bonded me out of jail
Yeah. When was that?
in October of last year.
October last year. Okay. So when you guys were arguing, then was it an argument that prompted her to tell you this?
Yeah.
Were you guys arguing at the time? Do you remember what you guys were arguing about?
I just told you we was arguing about
About Sophia,
whole
but is that
situation.
it though?
With the whole situation,
Okay.
but her, you know, just her. She's mean.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Jessie. Would Eva have any reason to want to tell us information about what happened with the case we're working on? Do you know what case we're working on, by the way?
Like, I'm assuming the case that you got serving me a search warrant for, right?
Yeah. Do you know what the case is about, though?
The paper said homicide.
Yeah. Did you see it in the paper?
I seen it in the paper you gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said a homicide. Did you see who the person was that was involved in it? The victim?
She's told me his name, but I didn't see the name of the victim.
Okay.
in
Do you
the
remember
paper.
what that name is, by chance?
I think it was Danny something.
Danny something? Okay. Well, yeah, that's exactly what we're working on here. And it's a case involving a homicide, and the victim's name was Danny. Now, is there any reason why Eva, just out of the blue, would call us, ask us to come down here and talk to us for at least, 2 hours? We're still talking to her right now. Still talking to her. Is there any reason why she would call us out of the blue to get us up out of bed, away from our families, to come all the way up here to talk to her now for going on 2 or 3 hours?
Well, if she's telling you information about me, I'm assuming it would be to be vindictive toward me.
What would she be vindictive about, though, man?
And what she says that I'm mean to her. I don't know.
Okay. Because right now, I tell you, she is telling all of our detectives that are up here talking to her exactly what happened that day.
Okay.
All right? Now, this is the chance to think of this as a one-seater bus. All right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got one ticket we can hand out to somebody to get their bus ride,
Right.
so they can get their side of the story out there.
Okay.
She right now is talking to us, and she's
Okay.
been talking to us now, like I said, for 2 or 3 hours. She's actually in the car right now, riding with our guys, pointing out different items of evidence and different things to show us, all involving this case. That's happening right now as you and I are talking about it. I'm not holding any punches here. I'm not
That's fine.
lying to you. I'm not doing any of that because I don't think I have to. All right?
Okay.
I'm telling you exactly what's going on right now, Jesse.
All right.
So this is your chance right now for you to get on board with this thing and tell us what's going on here. Because I can tell you the little bit she told us. I'm not going to spoon feed you here because I want to hear the honest truth from you.
All right.
But the little bit that she has told us, Jesse, is that you're the sole person involved in this case. She's making this whole thing sound like I did nothing. I was there, but Jesse ran the show. Jesse's a monster. Jesse did this. Jesse did that. Jesse killed him. I mean, anything and everything she can tell us in very vivid detail what happened. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, again, I'm not making that up to you. This
All right.
this is all stuff that just happened.
That's
all right?
fine.
When we conduct an investigation, Jesse, we collect evidence. We collect, obviously,
Let
DNA.
me say something about Eva before you. Eva exaggerates and she makes things up, and she's an habitual liar.
I understand that.
She also said I tried to cut her finger off. There's not a scratch on her.
I get that, man. And again, we've all been in dating relationships before. I get
Some
it.
of the things that she told us,
Right.
a lot of the things, she's corroborating right now, okay? Taking the other detectives that are with her places. You tried to make a phone call last night, or the other night, or whatever, to say that Eva did something horrible, okay? Now, for whatever reason, you guys are on the outs, and you guys are fighting about whatever. I don't know what's going on, okay? But you were so mad that you made a phone call last night wanting to give her up. Well, guess what? You stopped. Well, she's come forward. She doubled down on you. And she's talking and putting everything on you, Jesse. And that's what's going on, okay? And that's why we feel really good sitting right here talking to you about knowing of some involvement, okay? So, are you gonna let her do that to you? And that's the way I look at it. I mean, she is on that bus. When you wanted to be on that bus, you couldn't pull the trigger. Yesterday, or I don't know what night it was.
So you're telling me it's a question of my manhood. I'm holding back information.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not.
That's not at all what we
I'm
said,
not
man.
questioning your manhood at one
No,
bit.
not at all.
No, what I'm saying, you had second thoughts. Maybe I shouldn't do this. She did not have second thoughts about it. She saw an opportunity, and she's running with it.
Okay.
Can I tell you what I think about Eva?
Hmm.
I think Eva thinks she's running the show. I think for the whole time you guys have been together, she thinks she can string you along like a puppet. She can control everything you're doing. I remember the last time we talked, she was trying to tell you what you can and can't say, what you should and shouldn't do. I was standing there with her and she's doing it, man. I listened to her.
Yeah.
And I've been in relationships like that before too, where
Yes.
someone is so fucking controlling that they can't even help themselves. And I'm not trying to front out your woman, man, but
Well, no, she's not.
but she seems like
obviously
she
she's
seems like she's a control freak out of this world, and she's trying to run anything and everything she can. Am I wrong?
No, yeah, she's a control freak.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's not my woman. She'd have me arrested for trespassing.
I get it, man. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm saying that
but-
term loosely, but
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah, she's a very, very controlling person.
right.
Yeah.
But again, she's there talking to us right now, and I'm not lying to you about any of that stuff.
No,
She's there
I-
talking to us, and we've been talking to her for a long time.
Okay.
So I want to get an honest statement from you what happened that night, because I think based off of how controlling she is and how much she's the one that's always wanting to run the show, she's pointing the finger at you.
Okay.
And I think that's probably a far cry from what probably actually happened. But for you to sit there and say, I don't know what you're talking about, what person, what night, I don't know nothing about nothing, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to fly.
Okay.
Based off of anything and everything that we've got so far right now, we know that not to be true. And again, I'm not bullshit, not hold punches. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you,
Alright.
because I know what we have and what we don't have. Okay? So that's where we're at right now.
Alright.
Where are we going to go from here, Jesse? We're trying to give you an opportunity to tell us what happened that night.
Okay.
And I don't think you're quite understanding the gravity of what's going on.
Oh, I mean, I totally understand. I understand.
So do you know what night we're talking about?
No, they never told me what night.
Okay.
So was it night?
The night we're talking about, yeah. The night we're talking about.
I mean, what
Okay.
what exactly? I mean, what happened? Did somebody break in his
Let's-
home, or did somebody?
That's we're past that stage.
Oh.
We're past
Well, I don't-
we're past the stage of I don't know anything. I don't know. She's when you couldn't say something yesterday, she doubled down on it, and she's doing it, and she's talking, okay, and corroborating, and this is like, is Jesse going to be left holding the bag from this controlling person that's trying to control everything that he does? Now she's going to control your whole fate for the rest of your life.
She's gonna control my fate. I didn't do nothing. I don't know the guy. I never met him from my life.
Have you ever been in that guy's house?
No.
See, that's the problem I have. I have a major problem with that.
Okay.
All the evidence and everything we're looking at, I know for a fact that part is a direct lie.
Alright.
So every single time that you're
You
lying
see
to us
me
right
in the
now,
house?
based off the
Somebody else
evidence that
see
we
me?
have,
Somebody else see me in the house?
based off the evidence that we have, we know for a fact
If
that
you
you
have
have
my-
at least been in that house.
If my DNA's at the crime scene, why are we having this conversation?
I'm telling you that we know that you've been in that house. I'm not going to sit here and go over all the DNA, all the stuff that we have, and we don't. I'm not going
That's
over all
fine.
that
We're
stuff.
having the
fine.
conversation.
That's fine.
We're having the
I'm not here to argue with
conversation.
you guys.
Right? No, and
Do what you gotta do. I do what I gotta do.
I
I
understand.
mean, I told you what I know.
We're saying we're having the conversation because Eva's having the conversation. Okay, Eva's giving her side and putting it squarely on you.
Okay.
And and you know what? Maybe she is right. Maybe it was just you. I mean, is that what we're supposed to believe?
I mean, she's telling you lies about me, and that's fine.
Well,
She can tell you all the lies.
And
she wants.
I would like to believe the fact that
See these. I mean, what you call her lies are things she's telling us are being corroborated. They're being backed up with other
Okay.
evidence. So, oh well, she is right on this point. There is some truth to this, what she's saying, because we can, see that through other evidence. And And I cannot, and we're not gonna go into what evidence we have. We have evidence. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be, 2 hours from home.
So she said that I killed him,
Yes.
and she was there with me.
Mm-hmm.
So she's
But
telling.
it goes into a whole lot more detail than just that.
Right.
So I mean,
She's
wouldn't
talking
that make
about
her-
whose
would-
idea. She's like, it was his
Wouldn't it-
idea.
wouldn't that
he
make
was
her-
the jealous person.
Wouldn't
of-
it make her guilty too if she was saying that
It
she
could.
was with me?
It could.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I find it hard to not believe somebody that's going to tell us
exactly
something that incriminates himself as well.
She's incriminated herself.
So she been arrested? And she's giving statements about herself. So she's making.
She's
a
given us
confession?
she's given us enough for yes that that we could have charges on her if we want.
Well, if she gave you.
She's still with our detectives right now, Jesse.
Well, she's giving you
Right
a
now,
confession,
she's
that's-
driving them around, pointing out different places where evidence was hidden, destroyed, where anything is at. Okay, and we're going back and documenting all that stuff. And we're going to be a while yet because she's taking us all over the place right now. Obviously, we don't know where they're at because we're here talking to you. We're not out there with her.
Right.
But right now, she's out there and she's in a car with our guys and she's pointing all this stuff out. She's taken that one bus ticket that we have left and she's holding that for everything that it's worth. She's banking on the fact right now that she's going to be cooperative and that she's going to help this case out by being a cooperative subject in this case.
And actually,
And it's
I
not a
gotta
bad,
give, I
not
gotta
a
give
bad
it
idea.
to her because she is being cooperative and she's been through this before. I can tell, and I don't know. I mean, she knows exactly what she's doing here.
So she's giving a confession that she been arrested.
I'm not going to go into if she's being arrested or not. What I am, and everybody tells us something. Okay, she's saying, yeah, like I said, we do have enough with some of the things that she's said and corroborated. We have enough to charge her. I'm not going to tell you what those charges are, because right now neither of you have been charged.
Before we even think about arresting somebody, I want to find out what you have to say about this thing just to make sure that she's not falsely accusing you of being the only person that had anything to do with this. I'm not going to go throw handcuffs on Eva and charge her with something like this until we have a chance to talk to you first. After we talk to you, we're going to go back and talk to Eva and see what the hell was true and what the hell's not true. But I can tell you right now that everything she has told us is lining up. We're going out there and checking all the different items of evidence that she gave us, and it's all squared away. It's all lined up. I haven't found anything yet. Have you found anything yet that isn't matching up with what she told us? And for somebody to come in on their own and give us a statement knowing that it's going to incriminate themselves, it's hard for me not to believe somebody that's going to say that. And it's hard for anybody else that's going to review this to believe that. You got to think right now what somebody that is watching this, that's reviewing all this evidence and everything else is going to think. We've got somebody out there right now that's sitting in a car with detectives pointing out items of evidence which are legit, directly involved with this case, or somebody that's sitting in an interview room right now with two of us saying, I don't know anything about nothing, I've never been there, I don't even know who that guy is, I've never even been in the trailer, I have no idea on anything. What do you think they're going to believe, Jesse?
Her travel trailer?
No, I'm talking about our victim's place. What do you think that they're going to believe? Somebody that's going to say, I don't know anything about anything, or somebody that's out there right now showing us evidence, giving us statements, all of that.
Well, if she
Now, you can still ask me about, I know you're going to ask me about evidence
If
questions.
she's showing you evidence that I hid, what makes you think I hid it?
Why would we not think? If she's out there showing us.
She knows where.
You
How,
tell
how
us
does she know
differently
where it's
then.
at? How
Well,
does she know where it's at?
You tell me differently, all right? This I don't know anything about nothing is not going to fly.
If she knows where, if she's got evidence hidden somewhere, then apparently she put it there.
Why would we not
we
believe
know
her when
it
she's
is.
the one telling us? And she's the one showing us the evidence.
Oh,
We're out there collecting it right now.
If
If you look at me right now with that smug look,
If
thinking
she
that
didn't
you
put
know
it
what you're
there-
talking about.
If she didn't put it there, how does she know where it's at?
Well, she's know where it's at because you've been with her, or you told her.
You've
For
been
some
with
reason,
her.
she knows where it's at.
We're
We're not out there with her right now. I have no
Right.
idea what she's saying, but I know that she's pointed
if
it
she
out.
knows where it's at, she put it there. Obviously.
Well, you tell me. That's
Well,
what
I
you're
don't
here
fuck-
for.
I don't. How am I supposed to know about evidence she put there?
You know what happened at the
Okay,
place.
I know what happened. Well,
Well, tell me what happened at the place.
I already told you. I already told you what I know. I don't know any facts about anything else.
Okay.
If she's showing you evidence, she put it there.
Okay. So about the time that Danny was killed, all right. what date are we looking at there? Would have been early December. When's the last time that you were in Illinois? Right around that time. What do you do when you go to Illinois? Where do you go?
You go to the motel and stay where she's working.
But you never go anywhere else other than that? Do you travel around Illinois anywhere? I mean, you're a Missouri guy.
Not really. No, not really. I went to Walmart, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but other than that, do you ever go anywhere?
Not really.
All right. And when you go anywhere, is it only with just you and Eva, or do you go with other people too?
No, it's just maybe by myself or with you.
Yeah. What kind of car you guys take when you go places?
Well, the only car she's ever had is that green one until recently.
The one that got the autism plates, the Tennessee plates on it, the Transformer sticker on it. Yeah,
Well,
that's the only.
Used to have Transformers sticker on it.
Yeah, the same car I'm talking about though. But early December is about the time that that a lot of stuff happened. So we're thinking what, December? Remember the date?
6.
December 6th. All right. Were you ever even in Illinois December 6th?
I don't remember. I don't know.
So very early December. Do you remember anywhere you would have been that day? Was a Sunday?
I don't know.
But if you were in Illinois, the only place you would have been like the motel next to the club where you're waiting on Eva.
Gas station next down. Gas station. I don't know.
What gas station?
I said only place I would have been is either at our club, a gas station, or somewhere like that.
How?
There's a gas station directly across from Miss Kitty's.
Mhm.
So would you have any reason to go anywhere else?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember.
That's what I'm asking you, man.
Remember, I don't remember what we were doing that day. I can't tell you exactly.
How far
What
in
towns
Illinois?
have you been in Illinois?
Been in a couple.
Like what?
Just the ones in the Metro East, really.
That are right around the club?
Yeah.
In December?
Yeah, probably.
Well, Jesse, I'm going to let you in on something here, man. This is one of many things that we have here. Surveillance. That is of you and Eva, right?
Mm-hmm.
Inside of a gas station.
Right.
And the city that is in is nowhere even near where Eva works at. In fact, the gas station that you're in is actually very close to where a victim lives at. All right? So I know that you were in the area. Just off of that alone. That's not even including the evidence that we have either.
Is it Collinsville and Belleville and Washington Park all in the same vicinity?
Not really.
No.
Not at all.
There'd be no reason to go there because she's working at Miss Kitty's. Where that is.
We stayed in that motel right there in Caseyville. So I've been to Walmart in Collinsville a couple times. When we were staying at that motel in Caseyville.
What did you say at the motel in Caseyville?
Different times. I don't know, whenever she got tired of driving back and forth all the time.
This gas station is nowhere near Caseyville. All right? Nowhere near Washington Park. Nowhere near anywhere else right there. Collinsville is not that close to the hotel that you stayed at in Caseyville either. There's no reason for you to be at this gas station that's not close to anything and everything else that you talked about.
Well, I think Collinsville and Caseyville are pretty close
All right.
together.
So we're not going to sit here and talk about all the all you're doing right now, Jesse, by lying about the most simple facts of I've never been there,
Never been
is digging even deeper.
Well,
we
I've never
know
been to a gas station.
we know already that you've been to the man's trailer. We at least know that you've been to Danny's house. Why you would not want to at least be honest about that? I'm not saying that. I never even once said that you were there that night. I'm asking, have you ever been there? And you said no.
I don't know the name.
You said I've never been to his trailer, which I
No.
already know to be a lie right there. Just the
you
fact
do?
you've never been there. Yes.
How do you know I'm lying?
Yes.
If I don't know the man. How do you know I'm lying about being in his trailer?
I know that you're lying based off the evidence that we have, Jesse. All right. And I know that you think you got one up on us right now because
I
you
don't
look,
got nothing up
you
on
look
me.
like you got a really smug look on your face. But
I don't.
I'm telling you right now,
I don't care what you're telling me, man. You can tell somebody else.
you would not
I don't
believe.
care about your attitude, man. If you got something, if you want to arrest me, arrest me. But I'm telling you, you think it's illegal to go to a gas station?
No, I never said it was legal to go to the gas station, Jesse. But
Caseyville and
you're not
Collinsville right
being
next to each
honest.
other. I'm not being honest.
When we first asked you, what other places do you go?
I said
You
gas
said
stations.
Gas stations right around where she works at. That is nowhere near where Eva works at. Jesse,
Look, man.
you're skirting and flirting around everything.
I'm
that
skirting
we're
and
asking you
flirting
right
around.
now.
I'm skirting and flirting
Yes.
around. She likes to drive around places. Man, you think it's illegal to go to a gas station and Belleville or
No one's
Collinsville.
talking about being illegal to a gas station.
So
We're
what-
just showing that,
I-
we're just showing that, you were somewhere where you led us to believe that you weren't. Okay?
Jesse, she right now is throwing you under the bus, man, and
Well,
you're just going to
good.
sit here and take it.
Listen, man, if she wants to throw me on the bus, then she can throw me on the bus.
Do you
And you're completely
You
fine with
let her
that.
do that? I mean, aren't you tired of that?
Listen, she can't throw me on the bus.
She's doing it right now, Jesse.
She can't throw me on the bus. I mean, she can say that.
No, it's being corroborated with other evidence. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you, good stuff. Other statements. You guys have gotten into fights, arguments, and said stuff in front of. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, there's quite a few
many
people that have
people?
overheard you even talking about this, Jesse. Another little secret I'll let
How
you
many?
in on here. Where did you guys used to live at before you moved to West Columbia?
Motels.
Did you stay with anybody for a while over in St. Louis?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You remember staying over there with Stroutman? Remember Stroutman Place?
I never actually lived there.
You stayed there for a while though. You stayed the night from time to time. Remember that?
Yeah, I've been in that thing before.
Yeah. There's a time that you got into an argument with Eva, and you got into an argument in front of a group of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you know what argument I'm talking about? Do you remember anything I'm talking about?
I don't remember a specific argument. No.
Okay. You got into an argument with Eva in front of a group of people where you actually said in front of them that, and this is the part that I find interesting, Jesse, and I can tell by the way you're looking at me, you're not going to believe anything I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell you anyway, okay? You said out loud that I killed him. I killed the man, and I did it for you. I killed your boyfriend. Now, the reason I find that relevant is that, first of all, you said it's her boyfriend, which I don't know if there's some kind of pent-up anger there between you and Eva. I don't know if you're mad that she was messing around with these other guys or what. I find that to be pertinent to that statement. And it's not one person that told us you said that, Jesse. 3 separate people told us that you said that.
Okay.
And you can sit here and think that I'm lying to you, and I'm not. People sat in there
They
and
might
gave
have-
recorded statements
I'm not
saying
saying you're lying. They might have
all
told
3
you
people
that.
giving us the same statement, none of which live together. Jesse, what do you
Yeah.
think that looks like?
These aren't Eva's friends
I know.
either. They're not here to back up Eva. They're not like, these people
Well,
are
they're not my friends.
are not taking sides. They're just saying what happened. Well,
Well, they're not my friends, so they have to be Eve's friends.
I don't think they're anybody's friends. I think they're just people that were there. I mean, that were, several people that we've talked to said the same thing. Not together, separately.
I tend to piss people off, so maybe that's why they're lying. I don't know.
Why do you think Eva would be the one to have killed him?
I don't know. I didn't ask her. Like I said, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's true. But
And you're saying that
what
she told you this, that I killed Danny, right? That's what you just told us right when you came in here.
yeah, that's what I heard her say.
Well, you were with her that night. I just showed you the picture. You were with her at the gas station that night,
Okay.
and that picture was taken not all that far off from when they told us that he died,
All right.
within hours. All right, and I'm not going to bullshit. I can't sit here. I don't. It's not like the TV shows where they're going to tell us someone died at 3 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't work that way, Jesse. And I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and try to make you believe that is the case. They give us wide ranges of times. It's nowhere near an exact, precise time. But we do know at least that that's within hours of when the man died. Okay? And you're saying that she's claiming that she's confessing to having killed him when you're with her that night. That's within hours of him dying.
We fight a lot. She drove off and left me numerous occasions. She drove off and left me at gas stations in Washington Park before in the middle of the night.
But not a gas station
Not at a
where a
gas
man
station.
dies within
That-
hours.
That close to the man's house. You guys were together.
Well, I didn't say she drove off and left me at that gas station.
No.
But you guys were together then. That's a real picture.
But
I didn't make that up.
That's
well,
the night.
I seen it.
Right.
That's the night.
within hours.
Okay.
And you're fine with that.
So you think? I mean,
You're-
I don't know if
you're-
she's telling me the truth or not, but that's what she told me. That's what I'm telling you. What she said to me.
You were there. You were in the car. You were with her.
I was with her at the gas
That-
station.
Yeah.
That's what that
That
shows.
close to the house. Oh,
Right.
So she took you home and then went back out and did it?
I don't know what she did. I didn't. she
That
didn't
wouldn't
say-
have been enough time for her to
Right,
drop
well,
you off
obviously
anywhere
not.
else
Well, I know, yeah,
to go
well-
kill the guy and then come meet up with you
No.
again. That doesn't make sense. That would have never happened.
I never said that she dropped me off anywhere.
And I'm telling you that before we start going down that road because that sounds like what you're about to start telling us, and we're not going to hear it.
I'm not saying she dropped me
So
off anywhere.
within hours of our man dying, you're with her at a gas station, right? And then now you're trying to tell us that she's now confessing to you that you
gas
killed the guy,
station.
and
No,
you wouldn't have known
That's
about
what
it,
she said, man.
right?
You know what I mean? That's what she told me.
You gonna let her do that to you? I can't believe that.
I mean, if that's what she's doing, that's what she wants to make up lies about me, then that's on her, man. I don't.
Well, they're not lies. I
Okay.
mean, they might be half truths because she's trying to put more of the blame on you than on herself, but she's smart enough to know that she can't distance herself from it too much because she knows she was there around. She knows that. So what she's trying to do is, like say, she just happened to be there when you went ballistic on this person. Okay, when you went crazy on this guy,
Why would I?
She just happened to do it.
Why would I go to somebody's house I don't know?
Well, obviously that's
Well, she gave us a good reason for that.
obviously we know you're there. Okay, obviously you were there. Now what happened there exactly is where we're a
If she's-
little fuzzy right now.
if
Okay,
she's trying to
and all
play
we're
the,
getting is what she's saying.
The jealousy thing. I know she goes out with them guys, and she says she don't have sex with them. She says she don't have sex. She just does other things like dominatrix for money, or goes and picks up money from them. I know that.
Does it make you mad that that's your woman and she's out there
been
doing with that other
it.
guys?
I knew she did it, but she got.
You can't like that, Jesse. You know she's out there with these other guys. You can't be happy with it.
It's
gotta-
understanding. You know, we're in the swinging and shit like that. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not real. That's not real. Jealousy's not a real bad.
Okay.
I mean, it is somewhat. I'm not gonna say it's not.
So
But-
answer this question, Jesse. Why, if Eva, you're telling me Eva's lying right now. Am I understanding you right? All the statements she's giving you right now, is she lying to us?
If she's telling things about me, yeah.
But so if she's
anything
saying
about things about you, you're still trying to distance yourself completely away from it. I could probably buy the fact that, hey, this wasn't your idea, okay? This wasn't your thing. I'm not going to buy the fact that you weren't involved or that you didn't know what was going
they
on.
weren't even there, no.
I'm not going to buy the fact that you weren't there, okay? I might be able to buy because I know that the way she treated you, I know that the way that her personality is, she's very domineering. I could see her being in charge and say, you know what, you're going to help me do this, or you're cut off, or whatever. I don't know your guys' relationship completely, but I could see where that could get to a guy, and in a moment you're lost, and you think this is the way I gotta keep her, I gotta, she just got control of you. I mean, I can see that, but I can see her being manipulative, vindictive, taking charge, making you, crazy inside, and just twisting your head up. I mean, I can see that. I can see talking to her. She's cold.
I could also see her roping you into going to this guy's trailer. You have no idea why the hell you're there in the first place. I could see that happening. I could see things going sideways. I could see you witnessing something that you wish you wouldn't have seen, and now you feel like you're so caught up in the damn thing that you can't talk about it. And then she's the one that's going to jump out of here ahead of the thing and try to get ahead of it and try to save her own ass. When in fact, you're the one that might have been in there to see something. You might not have had anything to do with it, but just happened to see some shit that went down. And I don't know if you're too scared to talk about it, if it's something that you're just ashamed of, whatever reason, you're not giving us any reason at all of why these things could have happened.
Maybe
I mean, it's not whether we believe that they happened or not. That's not here what we believe at all. We're trying to figure out why.
I don't know if she made you put you down because you didn't do enough to help her, in this whole thing, I don't know if she gets off on manipulating your head to make you do something. Maybe that's what drives her.
She's money hungry.
She is.
I mean, believe me, I could see that in her. I could see that talking to her. You're looking at her, and it's almost like she's looking through you. She's just not there. It's almost like she's got, I don't know, like no feeling or something.
Yeah, she's pretty cold, man. And she gives the
But-
impression like she thinks she owns you.
Yeah, she does tend to be controlling, that's for sure.
I mean, and then, and I can see her bullshit, saying, oh, this guy, I'm going to his house, he's, he does this better, or, he's got more money, I like these guys for the money, and you can't give me that money, or, and just, putting you down. And then, hey, how are you going to show yourself, prove yourself to me, help me, do this. And then, but by the time you f***ing know it, you're doing something that you would never frickin' do. And you're like, what? What just happened? This guy, I mean.
Or maybe you just saw something that you wish you wouldn't have seen.
But, right now she's doing the whole Jesse's bad, he's evil, he's this, he's that, I'm trying to get away from him, he's so abusive, he's doing this.
She looks real beat up, don't she?
She's crying, man. And I'm not
Oh
telling
my
you we
God.
believe
You
it,
know
but
how
she
she-
is.
She's
The
playing that
fucking
up.
tears falling down her face, and that's like 2 hours worth of her sitting there crying. And you've seen her do that. You got to have seen her. We just talked to her, and she's doing it for us for 2 hours, man. I'm sure you had to have seen this.
Oh yeah, she gets hysterical. Some of them are crocodile tears though.
What? Crocodile tears?
Fake tears.
All right.
I'll bet they're crocodile tears. Do you think she's ever shed a real one? I don't know. But you know her better than I do. I mean, and maybe she does have a good side. There's probably something there that you loved, or that maybe you still love. Or there's something there about her. But when I see her, I mean, I almost get cold myself. It's like there's something, I could see where she could take a guy's head and twist it all up, and just, manipulate you. I mean, that's what they, it's, it's kind of like her game, It's almost like, it's like, man, you got to look back and it's like, man, was any of these things I had for her, was that even real? I mean, I could see it. I could just see it, I know it's not your idea to go over there. Hell, you didn't know where. How would you even know where the freaking guy lived without her? You wouldn't know that, You wouldn't know none of that. You wouldn't be even in this if this guy wasn't coming to her, her stage all the time. He wouldn't be even in it. If he's not hanging out there doing whatever stuff he's doing, that's his, that's his weakness is, he's going there getting whatever, getting on the girls, heck, they got, she's got a boyfriend, but no, he's, and she's all about that money. I'm going to get that money. I'm going to get that money. I'm going to get that money. Jesse doesn't have that money.
Hell, just a little bit you were locked up, man. She was over there in Missouri with that Fred dude. That old guy that wasn't even all there. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
She was out there shacking up with that guy. We went and talked to him. And you were just got locked up, man. It had to been within days, and she's already over there with that guy. That's what it sounded like to me. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't live with you guys or nothing, but you were.
And she used to think that
You barely had these things on
you.
you, man, and she's already out there messing around with this dude. And it sounds like for money. Sounds like she's scamming her for money.
I was in there for I don't think she said she meant that. Got the ad on Craigslist. I mean, she might have been lying on. I don't know.
You couldn't have been locked up for that long before she's already out there. There's no way.
Fred, who's you talking about?
There's
the Mexican that were. Are they,
no. This is a guy that he wasn't all there, man.
Blonde hair.
I think so. I don't remember the guy's last name, but he was squirrely, man. He wouldn't. Not everything was clicking upstairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He said that she told me that he stuck his finger while she was sleeping or something. They was just she seen the ad on Craigslist and they was roommates.
Yeah, that was far from what happened.
Do you think he did that?
Yeah, I do. He looks like a sex offender to me. You know, I met a lot of.
I mean, is it possible that she could just be,
saying that to extort him?
saying it
He was
to extort him?
He was willing to
and
give
to
her money
piss you off, to make you jealous. I mean, just like, hey, Jesse, hey, show me what you got. Show me, help me out with this.
He even went as far as to say that she owed him money, and this is coming from her. If he didn't tear up the IOU, then she's going to go to the police and say that he sexually harassed her. Blackmail.
Right.
Even went as far as to say that, and that's what he told us.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a reason not to believe him on that. I mean,
Right.
pretty
She
believable
did.
statement.
I mean, yeah, she did do that, but I mean,
But manipulative, all that stuff. I can see
Right.
that when she's doing it to him. I can't
I mean, I
imagine
think-
the shit she's
I
doing to
believe
you.
that. I believe that she actually. I believe that he actually did that to her though.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see that. You know, I can. There's some understanding there.
He may have, and that might be her, that.
And he's a retard, and she told me, I didn't want to. I'll leave it alone. She's extorting him for the money. She's gonna get money out of him. There's no point in me, beating him up or anything like that.
Right.
He's a retard. So.
But I mean, I could see, something happens to her, things like that. When she's been with these guys and.
She got raped, and
And when they do that to her, so she's got this anger towards them,
Yeah.
and and then she kind of gets you in to feel bad for her, which you do. I mean, as a normal human being, I mean, you do. You got sympathy and you're and next thing you know, she's doing something stupid, and you're there, whatever, you help her or whatever, she makes you feel like you gotta help her, or you're not her man, or I don't know, I just think she manipulated.
I have a feeling she's got some of this running through her veins too, man. I can't help but think that.
She's a little crazy. She got some.
I know about her brother. You know about her brother?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much you guys talk about that stuff.
Yeah, she told me. Yeah, you got like 6 people in there.
Yeah, you can't tell me that a little bit of that doesn't stick with somebody. You don't think a little bit that's not hereditary? You don't get a little bit of that in you?
The paranoid schizophrenia is absolutely hereditary.
Yeah.
She said he's paranoid schizophrenic.
Well, I mean, even the homicidal traits like that, it can be hereditary too.
Oh, well,
I mean, how would somebody not get that? Especially when you got somebody dealing with that caliber of a guy.
I mean, a sociopath is just not really crazy though.
Exactly. And you think that's who we're dealing with here? Do you think Eva can be a sociopath?
No, I think she's more paranoid schizophrenic. I think she's crazy. She's got those mental issues.
What do you think any kind of mental issues that she had could have led to her killing our guy in this, Danny? And if she would have had some kind of episode or something like that, and I could understand your apprehension when you know that you're going to see her again, but not wanting to say anything to us about it. I can understand that. People do that stuff all the time. They see something nasty, something horrible. They don't want to say anything because you got to go back home with the gal. You got to go home with somebody who's possibly a paranoid schizophrenic, and you don't want to sleep with one eye open for the rest of your damn life. And you've said something that might piss them off.
Well, I mean, I've been in prison for 13 years in my adult life.
Right, I know that.
You mind your own business, man.
No, I know.
So whatever she got going on with him,
Well, evidently, she made you feel like you had to help her, or she manipulated you. And that's what she's doing, because that's what she does. Now, whether that's her fault or not, whether there's some, obviously, it looks like that's what happened, okay? That's why, that's why you're there. I mean, know, she did this to you, man. She got you caught up.
She's told me on numerous occasions she's going places to go pick up money, or is what she calls it, picking up money. You know, one time
Right.
she went and picked up money and got raped.
Right.
You know, and she still
Maybe,
did it.
I mean, and
She still did it. So
maybe you're there to protect her. You know, I mean, could that be the answer?
I wouldn't be with a prostitute. If she was knowing tell me she's having intercourse with him or sucking her, then I wouldn't be with her. You know,
Well, you said that they don't all, you know, that she's not
not.
about that. That, you know, it's about more of the dominatrix and the
that's what she did.
dancing farm or
Right.
whatever, you know. And
That's what she.
but you know, obviously, you know, she might feel she needs you there to make sure nothing goes wrong. Maybe something went wrong. You know, maybe fucking, you know, I mean, help us out. I mean, tell us what happened. You know, I mean, you know, on one side I look at it like, you know, I know what happened. You know, I know this is it. She fucking manipulated your fucking head. She twisted your fucking head up with these guys. You know,
What makes you think she needed my help?
And she might not have.
I don't know.
We can't sit here and lie to you and say we were there. You would know we're lying to you. Right?
But I can't say we can put you there. Okay, and that's the part. But we don't know why. We don't. You know, I can't tell you exactly what happened in that house. Only you know, a couple people know.
Can't talk to one of them.
Yeah, we can't talk to one for sure. You know, did he do something? Did he get out of line? Did he break the rules? You know, I don't know what the rules are when it comes to some of that stuff. You know, and I'm sure there's probably like a gray area or a fine line. You know that.
I don't participate in that. I don't want to be. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be around it.
Here's something that I found interesting too. You remember that day?
You don't want to be around it, but she wants to be around it, and you loved her, and you were. She got you there, okay? Because you're her man, you know, and you're gonna be here and help me with this.
I don't go with her when she goes meet customers.
Well, I don't know. This person's a regular customer or whatever he was. You know, I don't know what his, you know, maybe he's getting stupid with her or whatever, you know.
He came into the club. That's why I called him a customer.
That day that we went and got the swabs from you and the fingerprint. Remember that day? I mean, that can't be a comfortable thing to have police showing up trying to get all that stuff from you. I get that. Did Eva ever tell you that she called us that day after we did that with you? Did she ever tell you that?
I don't think so. She might have told me. I don't remember.
She called us and she said, "Hey, I want to meet with you guys and I want to talk to you when Jesse's not around. I don't want Jesse to know we just met." So myself and another lieutenant went and met with her at Seamo's on the parking lot and talked to her for a while. She didn't come out and say, you know, "Hey, Jesse did this, Jesse did that." What she did say, which I found very relevant, is that she came and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that Jesse has seen me before and we've slept in the bed together. When we did sleep in the bed together, Jesse was actually a gentleman and let Danny sleep on the couch."
And that's a lie.
So she never said you guys did anything wrong, but she just said you guys slept in the
I'm saying
bed.
it's a bald-faced lie.
Well,
But
maybe it is, but
what she's trying
why
to
do
do.
you think she did that?
Yeah. Do you know why she did that? Do you know why she would call us the
'Cause
day
she
after
knows-
we got all
she
your
knows
stuff from you?
shit's there, your DNA.
She knows my DNA there?
Yes, that's why she said that.
She's calling because she, at the time, was trying to set up an alibi for you, trying to help you. But for some reason, and I'm not lying.
Did she say we had sex in the bed?
No,
Yeah.
she said you didn't.
Didn't have with my DNA
She said they
either.
didn't have
No,
sex.
she said they didn't have
well,
sex.
they talked to you two, but so.
She said you guys did not have sex in the bed because we asked her that.
Okay.
She said you guys never had sex in the bed. You're not lying to you, man. She says this.
Yeah,
But she says she's saying this because she's trying to help you.
help me.
But so because she's trying to set up an alibi, trying to.
This is the time when you guys are still good to go. You know, you guys are still feeling the love or whatever. Okay, and this is when she says, "I don't want you guys talking to you. You come to me because he don't want to talk to the police. You want to do this." She's trying to run the show then.
Well, I mean, there's just not, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an upstanding, law-abiding citizen. You know, I'm not going to sit here and try to say I'm here to help the police.
Right.
You know what I mean? I respect the man in his job,
Right.
but at the same time, you know, I don't.
But what I'm saying is, she knew you were at the house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's when she let us know for sure that you were at that house, okay? Because she was trying to cover your ass. Oh,
It
yeah.
sounded like she was trying to incriminate me more than
No,
anything.
not at
No,
all. She's
no,
trying
not
to
at
cover
all.
your ass. She knows what we're gonna find
She
there.
knew that she knew.
But you found my DNA there.
Yes.
That's
If
all.
she
That's
found my-
all she wanted
Yes.
us to do is
If
to
you
meet with her. Hang on. All she wanted us to know that day was that you slept on the bed. She had no other reason for calling us other than to tell us that. Within hours of us having done the search warrant for your, DNA, hair, all the stuff we did. You don't find that weird that she would call us within hours? We found that extremely weird. That she would call us completely out of the blue just to say, "Hey, I want to let you know that we've slept in the bed together." She didn't say you did anything wrong. All she said was, "We slept in the bed together." We asked her why in the hell she waste our time for calling us to go meet with her 30 minutes away, 20 minutes away, just for her to tell us that. But she said that's all I wanted to tell you, and we parted ways. I didn't know if she ever said that to you. But between then and between now, apparently there's been a lot of fight between the two of you guys, and I can hear from talking to all these guys that they're getting called out there all the damn time for trespassing issue. Hell, you're sitting here now for freaking trespassing issue. Whether that's bull or not, I have no idea.
I was just
I don't
picking up my clothes.
freaking work here. But
Right.
regardless, there's been a lot of issues going between the two of you.
Yeah, you're right.
And for whatever reason, she now is wanting to jump on the bus and start giving us information about all of this. And this wasn't us, painting her into a corner and making her feel
Right.
threatened that she has to give us this. She called us. I was sitting at home and get a phone call that says, "Hey, you need to go over to Missouri." Eva's in the lobby of the, what police department is that? The Park Hills Police Department. She wants to talk to you guys. So we gather 4 of us up and we drive out there. And again, we sat there with her for 2 hours when she went into painstaking detail everything that happened.
Now she's driving these other guys around, showing where shit at, or where stuff was done. Here, we did this here, we put this here, we got rid of this item here. I'm not going to go into the details of what was sold or whatever, but we're going to have, we're going to get the records. For whatever reason, she thought, and you may have given her a reason, I don't know all of this. We know about a couple arguments that you guys had, statements from other people. We don't know what, exactly, except for her statement, what happened in these last couple days. But there must have been something between you guys that went really south. And she's now knows that everything's closing in, and before it closes tight, she's trying to squirt herself out of there and leave you in there. And that's where we're at.
And she wants you arrested tonight for trespassing of all things too.
Yep.
On top of everything else
She-
that's going on,
you know-
where she's going to be sitting with us for 3 hours talking to us, when you can be sitting
And the
here.
thing is, if it was all bullshit, then, we wouldn't have nothing. But the thing is, a lot of what she's saying is being corroborated, okay? The only thing we don't know exactly, but I have my own beliefs about her being the manipulative one who just twisted your freaking head around, okay? I might have that belief, but I don't, all we got now is what she's saying happened. And because you are, I guess, still trying to be the stand-up guy, and maybe you just want to take it for her.
I didn't take anything for her.
I mean,
Whatever she did,
that's-
she did.
well, I'm gonna tell you what.
What she's saying right now is believable, Jesse.
Yeah.
It is extremely believable, and not just
She-
because
she
we're
could-
invested in this case. This is somebody that knows nothing about this, is going to sit down and read everything, watch everything. They're not going to do anything but believe her, just from the little bit that we said, with the tears and everything too. My God, man, there's no way somebody's not going to believe everything she said, especially when she's driving around right now, showing everybody where all the stuff's at. I mean, she's doing that right now, Jesse. I don't know if you realize that we're not bullshitting with you right now.
Yeah, but
We believe. I mean, I believe a lot of what she's saying. I mean, because it's being corroborated. Yes, you're right. But the why and the who exactly did what is the only thing fuzzy. But she's the only one filling in that puzzle of who did what. Jessie did that. Jesse's idea.
I find it hard to believe
I
that.
didn't know what was happening, and then all of a sudden Jessie tells me to do this, and I do it, and
before I realized that I can't get out and Jesse's going crazy.
I'm sorry,
I mean,
I'm not
Really.
saying details.
But you do realize that I don't tell her nothing. You know, she is controlling. I don't tell her what to do. She doesn't listen to me.
well, that's what doesn't make a whole
believe
lot of
that.
sense.
I believe
Right.
that.
So if she's telling you all this is I did all this, I'm the big bad wolf. She's trying to make me
Right.
be out the big bad wolf. Why is she trying to make me be
That's
the big
why
bad
we're
wolf?
sitting right here right now, because even though I know what she's saying, there's a lot of truth to it. I know some of it's got to be bullshit because that's not how Jessie is. That's not how you are. That's, she's making you the manipulator, not her. She's trying to put the blame on you. Jesse's the one that controlled me. He's the one,
Yeah, but that's
And I don't
what
think
she's
that
doing. She could say that all she wants to. But that's
she's
just that's a line
corroborating.
of bullshit.
Well, you know what? She's corroborating that with evidence. I mean,
Well, we're talking about two different things. You're talking about you're talking about evidence she's showing you, and then you're talking about me being the manipulator. Well,
that's what she's saying. She's saying you were in control of that night, and that was you.
She's terrified. She didn't know what to do, and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Tears and all.
On
On and on and on and on. She didn't know what to do.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I had to get out of there. I just didn't want to be around him. I was scared for my life. And I'm not making this up, Jesse. She said all of this, man. She said all of it.
I believe you. I believe she said
crying
all of it.
the whole thing, man.
She can cry all. She can cry. What she says? She says that she was there, then she was there.
But she says you were there with her. Now we're trying to figure out, what did you see when you were
this
there?
way. It's not. We know you're there.
Okay. If you know I was there,
What did you see when you were there?
I didn't see anything, man. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
I didn't go inside his house.
Were you outside the house?
No.
Did you go there?
I never went to his house.
See, we're going round and round. That is not
Yeah.
true. We know that that's
If
not
you don't,
true.
okay, then. All right.
Here's the deal, Jesse. Have you you live in Park Hills?
No, I
Or is
live in
it-
Farmington.
Are these towns all connected? Are they all close down?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it's
I don't
close.
live out here, dude. I've been here. This is my third time.
They're all close together.
There was some property that was taken from the trailer. And again, I'm not gonna tell you all of it, but there was property taken from the trailer. Okay.
Mhm.
One particular item that we're looking at is something that we have found. All right. Have you done anything with any pawn shops recently, Jesse? You pawned anything, or has Eva pawned anything?
I found Eva's wedding band
When was that?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Okay. Where'd you
What's
pawn
the-
that at?
In Del Run, or right there on 221.
What's the name of the place?
USA Express Pawn.
Okay.
Is it the
Okay.
pawn shop you usually use?
I don't usually go to pawn shops. You don't.
But you have been before.
Oh, I have been before. You see my name on any pawn receipts?
There's a pawn receipt that they were telling us about that shows a metal, I don't know, it doesn't say what color, metal watch being pawned.
In
do
my
you-
name?
That's what we're told.
You
Did
have
you
the
pawn?
Do you have
Did
a
you
receipt?
pawn? I'm asking you. Did you pawn any
I'm
watches?
telling you, I don't have any pawn receipts. I haven't pawned anything but a wedding band. I don't pawn stuff.
Okay. See, we were told that you pawned a watch.
Well, being an investigator, I would go look for the pawn receipt if you thought.
Yeah, and we're gonna go look for that.
We look for pawn receipts. We look
Right.
for witnesses. We look for our descriptions that people give us. We look for
Well,
video. We
then
look for
And
pictures.
I'm
we look
asking you
for-
this right now, Jesse. I'm not accusing anything.
Right, no, I'm
asking
telling you. No, I haven't.
Have you pawned any watches?
I
Have
have
you
not.
pawned anything?
No.
None at all.
They ask for your ID.
Right.
When you pawn something, your driver's license, your address. So, no. I haven't pawned anything but a wedding band.
Okay. So there's no
I'll be
reason
honest
we
with you.
would find. No reason we
You're
would
not
find
going to
you
find any pawn
having
receipts in
pawned.
my name.
Anything with watches?
I've never pawned anything. They've never got my ID from me, and my name is not on my signature is not on no pawn receipts nowhere in this county except for Express USA Pawn for $10 gold
Okay.
band. I
Now-
haven't pawned anything.
Is there any reason at all why we would also find any surveillance footage at other gas stations besides the one we just showed you?
I don't know.
Do you remember this night that I showed you? Do you remember that night being with Eva?
No, it was too long ago. December 6th. A lot of shit happened since then.
Okay. Because they're getting other footage right now. I haven't seen it yet, but they're getting other footage right now from that same night. And it's actually after the time we think that Danny was killed. So you got to remember something that happened that night, Jesse.
She's driving these guys around to gas stations, other places where you guys stopped.
She drove them to the gas station?
Our guys right now, the other detectives that are out,
Yeah.
like I said, they're out corroborating stuff right now.
Right.
Okay, she's taking them places.
Well, that means she went there, I guess.
Well, you're not going to be on video there?
I'm not going to say I'm not going to be on video at a gas station. I very well might be. I don't know.
What I'm saying is, yeah, and we get back to the same thing. She's on, she's on the bus. Earlier, evidently you had a change of heart at some point. But I know that you were trying to do the right thing maybe yesterday, or I don't know what night it was. They're all running into each other now, but you were trying to do the right thing and protect yourself. And I guess she got wind of that, and so now she jumped ahead of you, and is with her manipulating head that twisted yours all up, trying to put you under the bus. And she's on it, and she's trying to put you under it. I mean,
she already puts herself there, right? She puts you there with her. She already says what happened inside of the place.
yeah, she's not trying to say that you did it by yourself. But she knew that we were getting close and that she thought it was in her best interest. Or I believe that she probably thought that you were going to turn her in as well. Because you just, whatever, you guys broke up or you got tired of it or you just had enough of her ways that she thought you were going to do her. Well, like I said, she jumped ahead and she's on it.
And these other people that overheard these conversations we told you about said very similar stuff too. They said that you even made a comment to her that, hey, I'm not going down for the shit alone. I'm going to tell them what you did, indicating that there was something she did. I mean, none of these statements from these other three people said that it was completely clear where, you're running your mouth saying, I killed the guy, it was only me. No, all three people said that, hey, you did this too. I'm not going down for this thing alone. You were there with me. I did it for you, is one of them actually said.
And then people are just pissed off because I broke the door and didn't fix it.
But these people don't, we went to different addresses to talk to these people. They don't all live together.
I haven't been. I've only lived at one address in St. Louis.
Well, no, but they don't all live there now. I mean, that's the thing. If they all lived in one single roof and I went and talked to them all at the same place, I can understand there being some bias maybe because they all live together. I can understand if I'm going to interview somebody.
At one point in time, though. I'm assuming
at one point in time. But I mean, there's three separate people that have no contact with one another. So we checked. We made sure they had been contacting each other, hadn't been calling each other, hadn't been discussing this.
But at the time,
and we're talking 6 months later that we interviewed them, and their statements are so similar that you can't ignore that. I mean, we're not interviewing them a day after they hear this, Jesse. That would be a little suspicious.
I'm just saying, at the time the door was broken, we all lived in the same house, is what I'm saying.
Right. But how would we not look at that? How would somebody not believe that when you got three separate people saying the same thing? On top of what Eva is telling us right now, too. You have four people.
Well, she's probably talking to them, too.
And we checked on that. There's no record of any of that stuff.
She wasn't. So you don't think So if they're getting, if you're saying they're getting their information from somewhere, well, you don't think maybe that she was talking to them?
No.
You don't?
No, not at all. Not from after talking to one of these ladies. There's no way. No way she was talking to them. They can't stand her. There's no way they're talking to her.
Well,
Eva's pissing people off left and right, man.
They don't like her. Yeah,
they're scared to death of her.
I don't think she keeps friends very long, does she?
Not usually.
I mean,
we had a prod to get these people to talk to us because they're terrified of Eva.
What are some of the mean she does?
She's just vindictive. She's just evil.
How does she make you feel like shit? What does she do? I mean,
she don't make me feel like shit.
She knows how to push your buttons, though.
Well, it's because, any woman can push your buttons, but.
Well, she knows how to push your buttons. That's the thing, she gets to know you real well. And then she learns how to push your buttons when she knows you. She knows what sets you off. So she knows what can make you feel like shit. What can make you feel like, like weak. Even when you're not, she knows how to get in under your skin and manipulate you. I mean, that's what she does, man.
Yeah, she does tries to control me with her money.
Well, is it her money?
I mean, she told me the other day to quit my job so she would support me. And then she told me she'd come home tonight and pay me back the money I paid for the motel, and she never came. So I went to the house to see if she was okay or if she got in a car wreck.
She didn't come. Well, you know where she went?
Where'd she go? Whose car is she driving? One of her tricks or something?
Whose is that?
It's a maroon car.
The maroon one?
Oh, the maroon Sebring?
Yeah, I got a picture of it here.
No, that's your car.
That's her car. She bought another car.
Oh.
And she gave me the other car.
Well, you know what car I'm talking about then.
I was with her when she bought it the other day.
Got the temp tags on the back of it.
She didn't go home. But she went to the Park Hills Police Department and said, "Hey, call the Council Police. I want to talk. I want to tell them what Jessie did." That ain't no lie.
I mean, maybe she did. I believe she probably did do that.
That's exactly what she did. How the hell would I come down here?
Why would you be here if she didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the freaking major. I don't come out on shit.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean,
What?
it's the first time somebody's threw me under the bus. I don't know I don't know. She's mad. Whatever reason she hates me for, I don't know.
I mean, did you do something? Did you cheat on her?
No, I ain't never cheated on her. I
mean, did she feel like you owe her money or something?
I've had a job for the last 2 months. I've been helping her pay the rent, helping her get her car.
I mean, it's kind of like, it seems like she's like, at one point she's telling you not to get a job because she wants you there to help her all the time, or take her around and
But then she's
be her little minion or whatever, escort.
right.
And then in the same breath, she's like, "You ain't got no fucking money. What you gonna do for me?
I need some. Yeah,
Because this other guy's got money."
I need some money.
And it's like, well, shit. What do you want me to do?
Either work or stay home. That's why she did what she did for extra money.
Well, she played you right along with it. She manipulated.
She manipulated me to do anything for her.
Jessie, right now, I'm getting a text here. Right now, she's taking her guys out to find a pair of shoes that you wore that night.
Okay.
That's what she's saying. That's where they're heading to right now.
All right.
No, I don't know. I'm not out there with them right now, but that's where they're going. So that is what is going on right now. They're driving all over the damn place, and she's pointing out different items, and that's what they're doing. That's what she just texted me. A pair of shoes that were worn that night, and apparently, what kind of shoes did you own? Did you own a pair of red shoes?
Almost all my shoes are red. The shoes I have at home are red.
Okay.
I have some red shoes at home. Have I had red shoes in the past?
I'm just telling you what she's doing right now, man. She's driving these guys around.
Bullshit. I mean, it's got to be 6 o'clock almost.
And something I'm just looking at here, man, is you got a pair of red shoes on in this picture.
Yeah, they're red.
Which is, again, within hours of when our guy was killed.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it going to look like if she takes us and finds these shoes? How do you explain that? Did you tell her to go and chuck the shoes? No, that's not at all what's going to happen. And that's not at all what somebody's going to believe, Jessie.
Well, that's fine. If you don't believe it, you just don't believe it. I don't know how. If the shoes, I don't know where the shoes are at.
I'm presenting you with different facts of what we're having in a case like this. Different facts of what people are going to see, and it's not a matter of whether or not you believe us or we believe you.
Mm-hmm.
What are other people going to believe? You got 3 people that overheard you saying something about this case. You've got Eva giving a beautiful statement right now, driving detectives around to show them all this stuff, gathering up surveillance footages, all of that.
Looking like the star witness against Jessie is what she's doing.
What is somebody going to believe when they look at all that, Jessie? I mean, just sit back and think. You don't have to have us believe you or not. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious we don't believe you. But
Right.
we're not talking about us. I mean,
I mean-
you know I'm not lying to you. You know you can tell
I
right
know
away that I don't
she's
believe
trying
you.
to incriminate me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She whatever.
Hey, what does it
she
look like
did,
that she's doing?
turning
Do you think
around
she's
and
doing a good job?
Well, she's incriminating me, but she knows all this stuff. You
Which
know?
makes it
Right.
very believable.
Which makes it believable.
What makes
She's saying, I was there. I know things. Yes, I am responsible for some of this, but
Well,
Jessie is responsible for this much. I'm just responsible for this over here. I kind of saw him do things, and I did this, and yeah, I should have come forward before, but you know, this is what she's saying. I can hear her now. Oh yeah, Jess, you know, I was there. You know, I did this little bit, but Jessie did this. You know, he's evil. He's the monster. You know, and I was just kind of there and got carried away. You know, I know that's what she's saying. You know, but Jessie's the one that did it, and I can tell that, you know, and maybe she is right. Maybe that is true. I don't particularly believe that, but I'm not. All I'm hearing is what I believe. I'm not hearing anything on your side of it about, because I can tell you that I know by looking at her how she can be manipulative, how she can do this, twist your head up. You know, I know that. And
Well, whatever she's telling you that I did, she didn't need my help to do whatever she did. You know?
well, maybe she didn't, but you were there.
Okay. If that's what you think, all right.
I mean, you were there, Jesse. I mean, is that hard to, you know? It's not hard. Well, we know it's true.
Okay.
And, you know, you want to stay with, oh no, it wasn't me. Well, it was. You were there.
Alright.
Okay. To what extent of your involvement? You know, that's something that I can't completely answer right now. But you know what? She's trying to answer all those questions for us.
Just real quick here.
Well, that's where we're at. I mean, I don't, you know, I hope you know that, you know, this is not a charade. This is not a bull.
If you got, I'm just saying, man, if you got my physical evidence at the crime scene, we don't need to be having this conversation then, I guess. If my DNA's there, why are we talking about it? And don't you see all these DNA
Right.
cases on the TV? If DNA's found,
Sure, yeah.
that's 100% guaranteed you at
Yeah.
the crime scene,
Right.
right?
Yeah, the part that we don't have is the extent of involvement, because, you know, we don't have a videotape of what happened right there at that time. You know, I can't get inside your head and pull out what you were thinking. I can't do it to Eva, you know? Yeah, and that's why I said, yeah, we know we're there. That's why we're here. That's why it's Saturday night and I'm down here.
Okay.
I mean, and if you you know, it's just like this. If you want Eva to dictate which way this goes, I can tell you right now, she don't give a shit about you.
Okay, I understand that.
And I feel bad for you because of that, because you probably gave your frickin' a little piece of your heart to that, you know. I'm sure you did. And you know, and now it's being, you know, she's, well, hell, she's talking to them, she's doing whatever, and you know, and whatever piece of heart of hers that you thought you had, maybe you never did have it. Maybe she never really gave it to you. You know?
Maybe not. You don't look like it.
It looks like, yeah, I mean, she, you know, because of her career, her job, she brought you into it, you know?
She didn't, I mean, that wasn't my involvement, man. She did that shit on her own.
You know, maybe she did, but you were there. And now she's saying, acting like you did the whole thing. And that's what we gotta believe. I mean,
Gotta but you gotta leave, man.
Well, it's, put it this way, you're there and you're saying you weren't there, and we know that's just not true, okay? And so, if you're lying about that, then what else are you lying about? Yeah, well, maybe you did do the whole thing. Maybe this was your idea. I mean, when I look at it,
What time this happened? What time did this happen?
I don't know exactly what time it happened.
Was it at night or in the daytime?
I believe they think it was, and this is, I'm not the pathologist or the crime scene tech, but I believe it was in the evening.
And I mean, was the house broken into, or I mean, was there forced entry, or
Well,
was it?
here's the thing. I can't get into the details of it.
Right, okay.
Because those are things that only people know. Now,
Right.
obviously, I would think that it could have been. Let's just say it could have been either way. I mean, but hypothetically, this could have been where you and Eva go in there, or you're pissed off because she was dating that guy, kick in the door and go in there and do whatever, or you're invited in, and you come in, or one of you is invited in, lets the other one in. I don't know, and I don't know. I'm not gonna. I do know what the crime scene looked like and everything, and I do know certain things, but I'm not gonna. I can't say that to you, but it could have been either. It could have been any number of ways. But the important thing is that we know you were there. Okay, I didn't waste my time to come out here because on a whim. I know you're there. I also think Eva's pretty damn evil. Okay, and I honestly don't know you enough to make that judgment. I know that you probably get pissed off sometimes, upset, get your buttons pushed, and maybe can't control your temper now and again. Maybe that's part of what happened. Hell, I don't know. Maybe he's hurting her, and you do something. He got out of line, did something he wasn't supposed to do. Or you're jealous and you go in there and do it. She manipulates you and says that he's maybe done something awful. This guy, he put himself there. He brought, my belief is he brought her to the house, or you you follow, or whatever, but, he was the one that doing the dancing, going there. It's like, hey, this is your girlfriend. It's your girlfriend. It's not his. He's just the job, or maybe,
That's why I didn't.
Or is it? Yeah.
That's why I didn't go with her when she. That's why I didn't.
Well, you did. You did. You were there.
Okay.
Okay. And now she felt the noose tightening, and like I said, she's jumping out. She's getting. Maybe she learned this with how to get out of things by dealings she had with her brother or whatever. Maybe she learned way back then. Hey, I got frickin' Jesse. He's gonna take the fall on this one. Hell, maybe she had this thing planned the whole time. I'm gonna get as much money as I can out of this guy. When that doesn't work, then then Jesse will be.
If she's putting herself in the crime scene, incriminating herself. Putting blame on me.
You know what? She knows she knows she was there. She knows that we got
Okay, well,
her.
then, she's going to prison.
Right.
She's trying to send me to prison.
And so
with
are
her.
you.
Well, if I go to prison and she sends me in prison with her, then I'll do the first time.
All right. Well, you're definitely free to go, but I just can't let you walk out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going back to my cell. There's not really just. I don't know. There's nothing else to talk about.
Well, Jesse, I showed you that picture of you guys at the
Gas station.
gas station together.
Yeah.
You agree that's both of you guys, right?
That's me, yeah.
Yeah, that's you and that's Eva, right?
Okay.
And I told you that this was within hours of Danny being killed, being murdered. right?
Estimated. That's what you're estimating. Okay.
But within hours. That's still very close.
I'm
Still
listening
very,
to you.
very
I
close.
heard you.
Okay. You said that you were with Eva that night. All right. And you said that Eva admitted to you that she killed him.
That's what
So
you said.
you're saying you're with Eva within hours of Danny being killed. How can you explain that? You're with her right before he died.
Mhm.
All right, and you guys are in a gas station together right before he died.
Right.
And
And
if
that's one gas station.
Okay.
and if she ran off and killed him like you're trying to say that she was telling you, you would have known about it. She didn't up and leave you. I watched the video. You guys left in the car together. You guys arrived in the car together.
Right.
So you guys didn't part ways. So you're with her that
Oh,
night.
we did. So you're telling me that I went to his house with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You're with her all night. Okay. You just said you're with her that night because you're in the car together.
I don't
you're
have
in
to
the
tell
gas
you I'm
station
with her. You
together.
see us at the gas station together.
You're with her, right? Within hours of our guy being killed.
I don't know about that.
She
I was
couldn't
with
have
her at the gas
left.
station.
She couldn't have left and gone and killed him without you knowing about it.
You don't know that.
There's no way.
You
that
don't
she
know what
could've.
she's capable of. I don't know what she. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing
So
about that.
within an hour's time, you're locking yourself into being with her. I just want to make sure we're understanding ourselves here.
I'm locking myself. What
You're
do you
with
mean
her
I'm locking myself
within
into it?
hours.
I'm at the gas station with her at that point in time.
Yes.
Whatever happened other than that, I don't know.
Because you're with her. You guys are in the same car together. You're not driving separate cars. You're in the
Did I
exact
say
same
I
car
wasn't
together.
with her?
You're with her.
Did I say I wasn't?
So there's no way that she went out
There's a
and did anything
picture of us
without
at
you
the
knowing
gas
about it.
station. There's a picture of us at the gas station together.
Okay. Let me ask you something else too, Jesse.
So what are we arguing about?
Now, if you've never been in Danny's trailer, right?
Mhm.
There would be no reason you've ever washed your hands in a sink, right?
No.
No.
I don't know. Apparently not. If I've never been there.
Well, if you're saying you've never been to Danny's place, right? Is there any reason why you would have washed your hands in a sink? Can you answer that?
No.
You can't answer that? Have you ever washed your hands in Danny's sink?
No.
So there'd be absolutely no reason why we're finding any DNA of yours in that sink?
You got DNA from me washing my hands in the sink. You got my DNA at the crime scene.
Is there any reason why there would be any of your DNA in that bathroom at all?
If you have my DNA at the crime scene, then
I'm
we don't
asking
need
you.
to have this conversation.
Is there any reason why there would be there?
My DNA is not at the crime scene.
Okay, you're saying it's not there.
I'm telling you it's not there.
Okay, well, I mean that's
If you had my DNA at the crime scene, you wouldn't even be talking to me.
we still need to talk to people. We still need to get there.
No, you don't understand. No, we do. We still need to
Okay.
talk to you
Why?
because now this, it gets to, what it gets to charging and everything like that. So your involvement has a lot to do with, what happens. Your involvement, was it your idea? Was this premeditated? Did you go over there thinking about, we're gonna kill this fucker, or we're gonna do this to this guy, or was it,
I don't know.
was it
that.
a
I don't
robbery?
know.
I mean,
why would I have a reason to kill? I don't know.
well, and that's what I think too. I think it was just
I've
out of
never
the,
met the guy.
it was out of the blue. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was. I don't think it was a straight out attack where, hey, we're gonna go over and we're gonna do this.
So if she's telling
Maybe
you,
it was her idea.
if she's telling you I knew him, maybe she's trying to save her own ass.
I might believe a couple things you're
She's
saying.
definitely trying to save her own ass. She's
Yeah.
putting you, letting you take all the blame.
Well, I'm okay.
I might believe a
You
few
see-
things of what you're saying
Mhm.
if you would have said I've been there at some point at all. Then it might be halfway believable what you're saying. But you're saying I have never been there, never once, not even 8 months ago been to his house. Never been to his house. That's something that you just cannot. We can't get by that. Based off what we can't get by that. So, is that something you just hung up on? Have you been there 8 months ago prior to all this stuff? Just been there at some point? Because that would explain some of this stuff. It would clear a little bit up for me anyway.
Jesse, you know what? Here's the deal. I don't think that you went over there with the intent to, hey, we're going to get this guy, we're going to take all his money, we're going to kill him, I'm going to do this for you, Eva, If you guys went over there and whatever, you're just supposed to be there for her to protect her, or whatever, a guy gets out of hand, I don't know. But Eva is putting it all on you, like that's what happened. okay? And she had nothing to do with it. She's putting herself there. She's admitting some guilt. You know, she is definitely, you know, she's not, you know, I don't believe she's free right now. You know, I don't believe she's going home tonight, is what I'm saying.
Good.
Okay?
I'm not.
But I do believe, you know, she's minimizing her involvement and putting it all on you when it quite possibly should be the other way. But you're not giving us that.
I'm giving you the information. I don't know the guy. I didn't know where he lived at.
And you know what? Both of those I could believe until
Yeah.
that night.
I
I don't think you knew him. I don't think you knew where he lived.
don't
I know you went over there though with Eva. I don't know if you went over there with the plan to do this, or if you just happened to be there because Eva, that's where she took you, and that's what she manipulated you to go over there because you're her man and you love her, and that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go over there with me, and then when you get over there, which she's already had this plan to do something wrong, or maybe she didn't. I don't know. See, this is what we don't know. I know you're there. I know she's there. She's putting you both there again. But why are you there? Are you there because you're pissed off because this guy is with your woman? Are you there because she brought you along to protect her? Are you there because she manipulated you into doing this horrible thing that you would have never freaking done because you didn't know the guy, you didn't know where he lived. It's not like you walked across the street and wanted to freaking kill somebody. I know that, okay? But she got you there. You did get there. You're in the house now, and something happened. And the only person's story that we're not getting on it is yours.
There's no motive for me to kill him. Whatever she's telling you, you know, she's just trying to save her own ass. But I'm not going to sit up here and start, you know, giving false information. I'm not.
Well, I'm not asking you to give false information.
I'm not.
But I know you're there. So that's not false. Saying you're there is not a false information.
Can we at least agree on that you've been there at some point? Because that is just something that doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
that's a sticking point. because
We're
we know
stuck
you
right
were.
there.
You're stuck right there. You know I was there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know I was there.
Yeah.
And what do you need me to tell you I was there for?
We know you were in that trailer at some point. At some point.
At some point because of
Because of what
She
we
told
got.
you.
No, not at all.
She
Okay.
corroborated what
Well,
we
if you
know.
have physical evidence of I was in the trailer, then why do you keep asking me if I was there?
Because we're at a sticking point right now. I'm trying to get a truthful statement
It's-
from you about what's going on.
I don't.
And we cannot get past this right now. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why something so minor has become such a major issue, Jesse. If this is something we came out right off the bat and said, yeah, I've been there 8 months ago. I went there and Eva had to go talk to him and I just sat on the couch. Whatever. I sat on the bed, whatever.
Maybe she knew.
That's what she's telling you.
Maybe that's why. That's why she told us, "Hey, me and Jesse slept in the bed together," and she did say that we slept in the bed. We just slept or whatever. That's why she said that because she knew that you were there. Or maybe that was the truthful statement. Maybe that wasn't. Me and Jesse were there. We slept together there. You know, all along we thought she just did that to cover up, but. Cover up the fact that you guys killed the guy. Well, maybe you just did sleep with her. You know, I mean, maybe that explains why you know, we can put you there. But you know, it still doesn't explain why she's throwing you under the bus, saying you killed this guy and how you did it.
She's trying to save her own neck. That's obvious.
But an inconsistency like that
she's
is
putting
huge.
herself there.
She's incriminating herself. But she's
Yeah.
going to prison too. If I go to prison,
Who knows? Who knows what you
well,
know?
I mean, well,
maybe-
I guess if I get charged when we go to trial, I guess we'll
I mean, who knows? Because, like I said, there are different charges. There's different, you know, you got, you know, premeditated. You know, we went over there to do this. As far
murder
as we
first,
did it.
murder second.
We went over there to rob the guy and then had to kill him because it went off bad.
Mhm.
We went over there, and it just got out of hand. You know, Eva was, you know, he did something to Eva I didn't like, and I lost my cool, and he came at me, and I had to defend myself. You know, Eva jumped on him and did this, or manipulated me into doing this, and you know, we don't know. We know you were there. We don't know how it happened. But Eva is telling us, showing these guys factual things. Now, whether that clears her, I doubt that it clears her, but it's definitely making her look like she had very minimal to do with it. And so that's why you're way up here and she's kind of maybe down here and, you know, maybe gets, you know, whatever, less.
She's playing the damage control card right now. Is
Yeah.
what she's going on. That's her motive. That's what
She
she's.
knows she's
She's putting
she
all her
knows she's
cards in
gonna
that
take a
basket
hit.
right now.
She knows she's
Right.
taking a hit, but she's on damage control. And she's like, yeah, I got this guy so screwed up in the head. He's going down because
He's not going to say shit about it.
he ain't gonna say shit about it. He's a tough guy, you know. And I'm not saying, but you know what? He's stubborn, and he's not gonna get pushed around because you know,
I'm just, whatever she did, she did. Man. I don't know what she did.
So on a case like this, do you understand how this works? You've been through this before.
Mm-hmm.
We take everything that we have, all the evidence that we have. We've been working on this thing for 6 months now. We've come to you. What is this? Third time? Fourth time?
It's the third time.
Third time?
If you,
But regardless, it's been more than once. We've come to you all these different times. Many of which times have been out of state.
if you had the DNA results, why did you wait for her to call
Well,
you?
and I'll get to that. So when we handle a case like this, we have to give every single bit of evidence that we have available to us to a prosecutor and let them review it.
Right.
Let the state's attorney review it and decide if they're going to charge somebody with something and exactly what they're going to charge them with. Now, in this case, the what is what's huge. We know what the offense is. We just don't know how severe it is. Okay, and that's kind of where we're at. Now, when we have all this evidence, like I said, the available evidence is the key word I just said there. Any available evidence. We've never had the available evidence of a statement from you and from Eva until Eva called us. That is the very last piece of the puzzle that we have together before we present this thing, before we're ready. We have all the evidence in the world, but those are the last two pieces that we have left.
So she just basically she's trying to.
Oh no,
solve the case.
she didn't make our case. The case was made already.
Oh.
But we have to at least exhaust every opportunity that we have, and we never had the opportunity to sit down and talk to you guys yet
Right.
until we did tonight. So that's the last piece of the puzzle before we submit this thing and let them review it.
And-
So to answer your question, why it took so long, that is exactly why.
Well, she had me arrested tonight. She's out here trying to tell on me, man. I'm just telling you what she told
Well,
me.
and I appreciate that also, but we'd also appreciate all the truth to it too, because right now there's inconsistencies out the ass right now, and I'm pointing out a lot of them. And these inconsistencies are gaping holes right now that nobody's going to believe, especially everybody that's got to review this case right now. They got to look at all these things, and they're going to spot these inconsistencies that I'm showing you right now.
Right.
The three people that overheard you saying that stuff is a huge one. The fact that you were with her, just hear me out. The fact that you were with her, Eva, the night that that Danny was murdered, within hours of him having been murdered, saying that maybe she would have gone out, maybe she could have done this on her own, for whatever story you just tried to say that is completely unbelievable, they're going to hear that too. Okay? Every single thing that we're talking about right now is inconsistent. I've never been at the trailer is a huge one.
Okay.
That-
Do you think is she smart? Or she dumb? What do you think about her?
No, she's not. She's not very bright. She's not very witty. She's stupid, kind of.
She is. What if you had to say? What is she? Is she smart about anything?
She's not how to. She's a good hustler. She knows how to make money.
Hustler. So put it this way. Her coming forward, putting herself under the bus. You know, I mean, she's basically incriminated herself. You know, by what she's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, showing. You know, telling about you. She ain't saying she wasn't there. She ain't saying that she had no involvement.
Right.
She's not saying that, you know, like she knows where you guys put stuff, or that's where she's taking everybody around to. Probably, you know, she's a hustler.
She's showing you where she put stuff. She didn't show you where I put anything.
Well, if some of it's your
If you just
property.
get all your information and you do what you gotta do, man. I'm going back to myself. You guys,
All right.
You know what I mean? Whatever she.
It's unfortunate this is how this is going
Yeah.
to be right now because
Why is it unfortunate?
because right now the stuff that she's telling us, you're saying just let her do what she's going to do.
Because you're going to be sitting there. You're going to be sitting there at some point saying,
She can't incriminate me.
Yes, she is incriminating you right now.
God,
That is as far from the truth
Okay.
as you can even think.
Don't
Sit
the
down,
things-
sit
the
down
things that
and
she's
talk to me
telling
about
you-
what you just said for a second.
the
I want you to
things-
listen to what you just
But
said.
the things she's telling you that I did.
Yes, that have been corroborated. All of it.
Okay.
Have a seat for a second, man. Just sit down for a second. We're not going to scream and yell at you. But
Well,
I want you to,
I'm not worried
I
about
want
that.
you to be fully aware of what you just told me. You just said that she's not going to do anything to incriminate me right now. That is so far
she
off.
hasn't-
Listen to me, Jesse.
Okay.
That's probably even further away from the bull story you just told me about never having been in that trailer, because we obviously knew that was bull before he came in here, and we wanted to ask you that on purpose. That's a box I'm going to check, to be honest with you, just to say that I know he's lying about that. Let's test him. And you fell hook, line, and sinker into that, Jesse.
The day after Werley's interview, police meet with him again to confront him with what they learned from Heisch's latest statement.
Jesse, we met. It's been a long time.
Am I being rid of warrant?
Yeah, we'll cover all that. You want to have a seat?
No, I don't. I'll sit down.
All right. You're being audio and video recorded. All right. Jesse. This is a warrant from Madison County, Illinois. Okay. It's an information. Thomas D. Gibbons, State's Attorney for the County of Madison, State of Illinois, in the name and authority of the people of the State of Illinois, charges that Jesse James Werley, Count 1, first-degree murder, Class M. Count 2, first-degree murder, Class M. Count 3, first-degree murder, Class M. Count 4, armed robbery. Okay, your bond is $1 million, and you can see it right here if you want to look at it. All right?
Can I give a more detailed statement?
Absolutely you can. That's why we're here. I'm here to talk to you to get your side of the story, because I think you've been done dirty. All right?
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, camera's rolling.
Has Miss Heisch been charged with murder?
Well, I'm going to explain that to you, but I do need to go over a couple things with you before we start talking, okay? You remember this Miranda form that
Yeah,
Detective
I
Jackson
understand
did
my-
with you?
I understand my Miranda rights.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
All right. So we want to get your side of the story on this. I know we haven't talked since probably December or whatever, but
Right.
I'll be straight up with you and kind of let you know what's going on. All right. Yeah, Eva's been in. She gave a statement, threw you under the bus, completely.
So was she charged with murder too?
She hasn't been, but I anticipate she will be.
She hasn't been.
Not yet.
Are you serious?
She's in custody.
Things are a little different
Yeah.
because you're on this side of the river.
Right.
Wow.
But clearly, we're interested in hearing what you got to say.
Okay. Well, on the night in question, whatever day it was, December 6th,
Mm-hmm.
is what they said yesterday. Well, the reason we went to St. Louis was because you had got raped a few days before that. All right, by a guy in Belleville.
Do you know that guy's name?
No.
Do you know what she called him or anything?
She called him to pick up some money from him. Did she tell you that?
Well, I'm not going to go back and forth about
All right,
what was
she
said,
said,
but I
okay.
want to hear your version.
Okay.
You
Well,
know.
I went up there to beat his ass.
Right.
Right. Not to kill him, it's to beat his ass.
Your girlfriend, right? So that makes
Right.
sense.
It's understandable.
Mhm.
Okay, we opened the door. I swung a bat at him. He shut the door, hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And he ran inside. He closed the door. I picked up a brick through his window.
Okay.
And he said, I got something for you, motherfucker. So I thought he was talking about going to get a gun.
Right.
So I left. So I ran and got in the car and we drove off.
Okay.
And she didn't have any gas money to get home. So she said that she knew somebody that she had given a ride home to, one of her friend's customers.
Okay.
And I said,
She call him by name or say where he lived or
she
anything?
did. She said Collinsville.
Okay.
And I said, okay, well, all right. Well, I mean, if you want to go over there and work for a little while, you can go over there and do that, and I'll just get out of the car, or I'll wait in the car.
Okay.
Okay, so well, she goes over there, and I stay in the car. She parks on up the street, a couple blocks up, and she walks down toward the well, there's no streets are set up. I'm sitting right here, and she walks kind of down to a caddy corner.
Okay.
To where the houses are, and she goes down there, and she's gone for about an hour and a half, and she comes back and she tells me that she needs some help. So I go down there, and she told me that the guy that she was dancing for didn't have any money to pay her,
Okay.
so she drugged him. There was some type of sleeping pill or some type of pill there that made him go to sleep
Okay.
in the house. And I guess after he went to sleep, that she cut his throat.
Okay. So, what was going on in that house when you went in there? What was the setup? What did it look like? What did you see?
When I walked in, there was the front room, the bedroom to the right. And I walked in, there was a lump. Obviously, it was a body on the far right-hand corner of the wall. I gave her a knife before she went in there because she went in there by herself.
What kind of knife did you give her?
It's the kitchen knife. Like a serrated steak knife.
Okay.
Where did that come from?
Where did it come from? It may not have been serrated, actually. It was a steak knife, though.
Okay.
But
How big was it, Jesse?
roughly 8-10 inches.
Okay.
And then, where did I get it from? I bought it from home. Where it was staying at Deloge.
Okay. Is that with Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I brought it with me because I was going up there to fight this dude. I just brought it just in case. I didn't know. But she was going in there by herself, so I said, well, if you try to, here's a knife. I'm not going in there with you. Take the knife with you. So she went in there. I don't know if she used that knife, but
I mean, you saw more than just a body. Can you kind of tell me what you saw? I mean, we know or at least we believe you were in there with her. Okay, at some point you said you were, right? So, did you see wounds on the guy? Like, what did you see? Tell me what you saw.
I seen there was, discoloration right here. I seen there was cuts and on his neck. I seen that his neck was being cut. His throat had been cut.
Did she ever tell you what happened?
She told me that he called her for his services, didn't have any money to pay her. So I guess she continued to socialize, and somehow slipped in these Mickeys, whatever they were. Was there a toxicology report? Was there something?
Nothing.
There was no pills.
Nothing in his system at all.
I seen the bottle.
Okay.
And
You see any other wounds to him? She talked about any other wounds, anything that happened? I mean, because I would think, like, if you would go in there and this situation's playing out in front of you and your girl just cut some dude's throat, that you would have some questions. You know what I mean? I just think about my wife when I come home and whatever, there's a broken dish, I'm asking 100 questions, like, what happened?
Yeah, I was asking questions about what happened. What did he attack you? Did he hurt you? Did he hit you? Are you hurt? Stuff like that. Yeah.
What'd she say?
She said no.
Shut the door. Did you guys talk about it afterwards?
We talked about it a lot.
Tell me about some of the stuff that's happened, man.
After that happened, that she gathered some stuff up and
What kind of stuff she gathered up?
just some personal items, and I told her she couldn't keep them.
What was it?
Like there was a knife, and there was like a little laptop. I had never met this guy before, but I didn't know this guy from Adam. I didn't know him. I'd never been to his house. I didn't know where he lived at. He wouldn't open the door for me at nighttime. If I would have gone to his door at 10:30 at night and just knocked on a stranger, he wouldn't open the door for me.
Where's that stuff at now?
The stuff is thrown in the river, the Leadwood River, Leadwood access, and Leadwood.
All of it?
Off Fire Highway. The knife and the tablet.
Thrown in the river.
Mm-hmm.
What else was taken?
So maybe a T-shirt or something.
What kind of T-shirt?
I guess the white T-shirt.
Who took that?
I don't know. I might have grabbed one, and she might have grabbed
lie to
one.
us.
Yeah,
Just tell us the
just
truth,
be
okay?
straight about it. Because I know you know. Because you know what? That's a traumatic thing. You didn't expect to walk in there and see some dude's throat cut. All right?
Right.
I totally believe that. So I need you to be honest about everything you know, Jesse, because let me tell you, man, I have talked to her 5-6 hours since we started last night, about 10:30, okay? And she has given very detailed statements about her version of what happened. So I need detailed statements from you two, because right now I am telling you, and I can show you a little video of what type of thing she's saying that you did. Okay? And the only way for me to cast any doubt onto her version of the story is to have another version of the story.
Right.
And that other version of the story's got to be pretty damn detailed.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to be able to gather evidence to back it up. And you see, based on her statements and the evidence, right? And you know some of the things that have been going on with, we've gotten DNA swabs from you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got a arrest warrant with your name on it. And those aren't easy to get for a murder.
Is my DNA at the crime scene?
Well, I'm not going to discuss
Okay.
specific things, but I will tell you that there's an arrest warrant for murder for you.
Right.
So obviously things are pretty rock solid on our end. Okay?
Right.
So I just am trying to understand it all, Jesse, because, we gave you an opportunity to talk to us way
Yeah.
back when.
You did.
So the issue is going to be that,
You know what?
you know what I'm saying? The issue is going to be that you had that opportunity to come and tell us what was going on. That didn't happen.
Well, I'm not going to incriminate. At the time we was together, I'm not going to incriminate somebody I love. If I was going to incriminate someone that I loved, I would have told her that when it happened.
Do you think she loved you?
Yeah, once upon a time.
Well, let me show you what she's saying about you now. That's just a little short little video, because I'm not going to play
We can't
hours and
hear the
hours of
whole
video
thing.
for you. But let me just give you an idea, okay? Let me make it big for you. Hold on. There we go.
She just come to you out of the blue and started
Called us.
Called you?
Mm-hmm.
Annie went down. Jesse went.
Hold on.
Annie went down. Jesse went on the other side of the bed. And he started to cut his throat.
With what?
One of the knives.
That's 6 hours of that story.
Well, let me tell you something, man. When I first went in there,
Mm-hmm.
this dude didn't need to be killed. She told me this dude has to be killed because he can identify her. She started feeding
He
him
was
pills.
still alive then, right?
Yeah. She's making him take these pills. She's forcing him to take these pills. And he's slowly taking them. But he knows why she's doing it. And she's telling him why she's doing it. She's saying it's because them pills are just they're gonna make you go to sleep. And he said, I'm not, and she said, no, he knows what they're gonna do. And I'm like, why would you?
Where'd they come from?
They was in his room.
Do you know what they were?
Man, they couldn't have been nothing very. They couldn't have been no narcotics.
Right.
They I don't know what they were exactly, but I know they made him drowsy.
Okay.
You know. And she kept trying to force these pills to him. You know. And then finally he started fighting back.
Tell me about fighting back. What was that?
And
Was he fighting with you or fighting with her or what?
Yeah.
What?
He was fighting with me. He came at
Okay.
me. You know what I mean?
What did you have when that
A
happened?
knife.
What
I
kind of
had a
knife?
I had a knife, and she had a knife.
What that steak knife?
Mhm.
Or- okay. And when he started fighting with you, what happened?
I punched him
Where'd you punch him?
in the nose.
Okay.
And he fell backwards. And I think she stabbed him in the throat with that knife. You know, and I got it from her.
What'd you do?
And I cut his throat.
Okay.
Then she went and got it from and a knife from the kitchen, a butcher knife. Because he didn't die, he kept breathing.
What'd she do with the butcher knife?
She gave it to me, and
You just put him out of his misery?
yeah,
Same thing, cut his throat or something else.
I got his throat.
How about those other wounds on his body? How did that happen?
Like his chest and stuff? He had a bunch of stab wounds to his chest.
I might have stabbed him in the chest when he was laying there still breathing, trying to stab his heart.
Do you know what you were stabbing him with?
A knife.
Is that all you ever used?
Yeah. It was a skinny blade knife.
So you're saying she only stabbed him once? And that was where at?
In the throat.
Left side, you think?
No, yeah, well,
You remember?
he was sitting like, it would have been probably like on this side, I would think, on the left side.
That's
I think
okay.
so. That's the way it was set up. That's the way he was sitting.
Just so you're telling me the truth, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you the absolute truth. I didn't know this guy mad at him.
So
I can tell you.
what was your guys' intent when you went there? What was the whole idea going there? I'm sure it
She
wasn't there.
said she knew a rich old guy. She gave a bride to him. His rich old guy had lots of money. And I said, no. I said, okay. I said, she never said she had to kill him. She didn't say she had to kill him until we got in there. She says like we can't leave him alive because he can identify me.
Yeah, the whole thing you start out with the story about how you waited an hour and a half at the car. That's not true, is it?
No, I went inside initially and waited in the other room.
Let's do this, Jesse, because I know you're being honest, and I appreciate that. So let's just start from the beginning, okay? I know you went to Belleville. I know that all happened.
Was there a police report made by that guy?
I don't know because I haven't dealt with that yet. We have,
We have another
He can
detective working on
verify
that.
that.
yeah. You know, I'm not disputing it, okay? So I want to know about once you went to Collinsville and you went to, this kind of area, what happened from the time you pulled up to the street? Can you just start over and just, with as much honesty as you're telling me already, just tell me the whole story?
We just pulled up there, and we just sit there on the road. And she said, I said, where's that? She says, down there. She says, I'm gonna walk down there. And I said, well, he's not gonna open the door for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, are you sure he knows you? And she said, yeah. I said, he'll open the door for you. And she said, yeah.
And did you follow her, or what'd you do, Jesse?
I waited a while, but then I waited. I didn't wait an hour and a half. I waited
Right.
maybe 20 minutes, and then I walked down there, and the door was open.
Okay.
So you just walked in.
When you walked in, what happened?
She started looking. I had a knife, and she started telling me, telling him where's the money at, asking him where's the money.
Mhm.
He's got any guns, money, anything valuable, whatever. And she's rummaging through the house.
Did she have
Telling
gloves
me
on?
She had gloves on.
Where'd those come from?
Dollar Tree in Deloge, I believe.
How did they get there? Did she have them? Did you bring them to her? What happened?
No, she wore them. She had them in her possession. I had some with me.
Okay.
And I can't believe she.
So did you know the guy's name?
I didn't know it until
What's his
you
name?
guys showed up at Park Hills.
What's his name?
Danny Taylor.
Danny Taylor. So that whole night, he did not expect her to be there at all.
No.
She just showed up at his doorstep.
She threw up at his doorstep.
Okay.
She said that he had his alarm set for midnight. I guess she thought he was supposedly supposed to go meet somebody at a strip club. I guess he did that on a regular basis. I don't know.
Okay. So you walk in, Jesse, and what she's doing is immediately when you walk in.
She used to stand there in front of him, talking to him,
Okay.
like being friendly with him.
Was she already giving him the pills at that point, or no?
No,
Okay.
she came in and she just was like, here, you keep him there, while she went through the house. She started going through the house. She got about alcohol out of there. I forgot.
Tell me about that. What kind of alcohol is it?
It was like a bourbon, or it was like a whiskey. Like
Okay.
80% alcohol,
Okay.
40% alcohol, 80 proof.
Yeah.
Where's that at now?
It's gone. I don't even know where the bottle is, but I think we drank some. I drank some of
Where
it
did you guys take it?
with us when we left.
I know. Where did you drink it at?
I drank some of it in the room.
Okay. Did you take it to anybody's house? Did you go to a parking lot and drink it? Just take it back
I
home
don't-
and drink it?
Yeah, we took it back home and drink. I might have drank it before I left, or I might have drank it in the car too. I don't
Just
know.
the two of you drank it, I guess? And then
She
share
didn't
with
drink very much
everybody
of it. I
else?
drank most of it. I might have gave some of it to my cousin when I got home,
Who's your cousin?
Michael.
So did you go to his house and drink it, or he come to your house and drink it?
No, we lived with him.
You live with him?
Yeah, she
Okay.
worked in East St. Louis. We lived with him. We left that night to go up there to fuck dude up because he raped her. Okay.
So do you think the bottle's still at Mike's house?
No, the bottle's gone. It's not there.
Okay.
Uh,
And it was bourbon?
Yeah, something like that. It might have been in white rum or something like
Okay.
that.
Gotcha.
Was there anything on it that looked that sticks out in your mind about that bottle?
It was looked like an expensive bottle.
What kind of language was it written in?
I would say French
French?
or Spanish.
Spanish. Okay.
All right, so you go in and she's rummaging around, and are you like holding him back, basically?
Yeah, I'm just making him stay on the bed and not at knife point. You know what I
Okay.
mean? While she's going through all this stuff, she's telling me, "Be careful, just don't tear a lot of stuff, make it look like a robbery." She said, "Keep everything nice and neat." I said, "Well, what?" I said, "Just hurry. I said, just hurry the fuck up."
Right.
What was he?
You said he had a bunch of money in here. She didn't find a fucking dollar.
What was
She didn't get a
Daniel?
fucking dollar.
What was Daniel saying this whole time when you were at him at knife point? What was he saying to you?
I'm just asking him. I'm like, man, just hurry. I just tell her where it's at. Just hurry up and tell her so we can go. You know what I mean? And that's when she starts. That's when she's prologuing the process, feeding these pills. And I'm like, what do you do? And she's like, I'm just gonna make him OD on these pills. And I'm like,
What's he saying when
what's
she's
he
saying
doing?
that?
he's like, what are these for? But he's knowing what they're for,
Mhm.
and he's kind of hesitant. It wasn't his medication. You know, it wasn't his.
Where'd it come from?
The nightstand, or maybe.
Oh, okay.
You guys didn't take it with you. The medication was at his house.
No, she might have took it with her.
She brought it in.
No, the medication was at his house when we got there.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And when she left, she might have took it with her when she left.
I
I
gotcha.
don't remember exactly,
Okay.
but that's where it came from. Was the nightstand. It was blown. Maybe he might even blown to his mother or something like that. I don't know.
When you were asking where the money was, what was he saying to you?
He's like, I don't have any.
Okay.
I'm like, you have any guns? Anything valuable? He's like, no. And I'm like, I think he said he had a lot of money. What the fuck are we doing here?
Right.
And she kept looking around, getting change. Got a bunch of stupid shit. Personal items.
Like what? That's what.
A knife with an Indian head on it. You know, some other pocket knives. Some clothes. Some fucking that tablet.
The white T-shirt, she said.
The white t-shirt, couple white t-shirts.
Now,
white
where is all
thermal.
that stuff? You said the
There's a
knife.
white t-shirt. The white t-shirt might still be in our possession.
I think it's in our possession.
Yeah, I got it.
She
We
gives
have
you.
it. Yeah.
That's the white t-shirt she kept.
Did you ever wear that afterwards?
I never wore it.
Okay, did she?
She might have slept in it or something like
Okay.
that.
That's pretty f***ed up.
Yeah,
Is there
it
any,
is.
any blood or stain on that shirt by any chance?
There was a vaginal secretion on it from menstrual blood on it from where she laid it underneath. We was having sex. She laid on it. She laid on it when she was having when she had a period.
After the murder?
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened to all the other stuff? You said there was several knives taken.
They're gone. I got rid of them. I threw them away.
You know where?
I can show you where the initial knife I brought with me is. It's in Herculaneum at a gas station. Did she show you where her GPS was?
Where's that?
Tell me about where that's supposed to be.
In Deloitte, right down the street from Michael's.
Where at?
It's in a plastic bag under some weeds under an old tree in this old field. Behind these like little trailers.
She took us there,
She gave me
but
the
I couldn't
GPS.
find it. Couldn't find it.
No,
Did you go get any of that stuff?
I never went got any of it.
Okay.
If she hid it there, if
She hid it there, Jesse? Because you know what her version of the story is.
No, she hid it there.
Okay.
But I
Of course,
was
you know
with her.
she's saying you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I went with her, but it was her GPS.
And tell me about that
You're dead.
knife by the gas station in Herculaneum. What?
It's like an old hickory steak knife, something like that,
And where is it there?
on the side of a ditch.
Okay. Like put somewhere where you could get it back, or
No,
just
put
throw it?
somewhere and throw it away like it's
Okay.
discarded, like it's
Okay.
trash.
Okay.
On the side, of it, like you go past the gas station up into where his houses are at. You know, I threw out the window right there.
Okay.
Is that a weeded area or is it someplace where
Yeah,
you can mow
it's-
the grass? or
No,
what?
it's a weeded area. It's
I know where
bush.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there.
That's
Okay.
and then she waited till she got all the way to she used the GPS to get home because she didn't know how to get home.
Okay.
She used the GPS to get home.
What else would you guys take out of the house? Is there anything else you can think of?
I think she took. She might have took a BB. She take any toy BB gun or something?
I don't know. You tell me, man.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember exactly. I mean, all
Any
the stuff.
jewelry?
There might have been a watch or two she took.
Okay. Where'd those end up?
I have no idea. I guess she threw them away.
You don't know where.
I know she did have a watch. I know she had a watch.
Okay.
She had a watch. I don't know what she did with it.
Do you know what it looked like?
I wanted it. It might have been silver, if I'm not mistaken.
Alright.
I told her she couldn't keep none of the stuff. She might have there might have been a woman's watch too. Did she have a woman's watch?
I don't know.
I don't.
So Jesse, after all the stuff's taken and we kind of got out of sorts here, but
And she wanted to burn the house down, and I told her, I said, "No, man, I'm not burning him." I said, "You're not making no fire." I said, "We've been here long enough. Let's get out of here."
so she's making him take the pills.
Yeah.
What's happening when he's taking the pills?
He's trying to stop. He's trying to cuff him and stuff like that. And he's trying to drop him and
Right.
shit like that. So I mean, he knows her intention.
And you've
You know?
got him at knife point the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. What happens? What's the next thing that happens different? You know what I mean?
He eventually takes these pills, and I said maybe them pills are. I said maybe them. But she's telling me the whole time, he can identify me. We can't leave him here. He can identify me. He can come to my work and identify me. So she's feeding him these pills, and he finally goes to sleep. He finally passes out and he's unconscious, or he's out of it. And I'm like, well.
okay, well, hold on. I think we missed something. When you fought with him, was
It
that
was- it
before
was
he went
after.
unconscious?
No, he was sleeping.
Okay.
And she was like, I'm waiting for him. I said, he's asleep, let's just go. She said, no, he's got to be dead. He can identify me. He can come to my work, which was Miss Kitty's.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I was just looking at her like, I didn't tell her she was wrong because, maybe he could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Probably. He'd been there before. So, when eventually he wasn't going to die from them pills. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he wakes up. He wakes up while she's rummaging while we're in there waiting for him to die. And he wakes up and then he eventually starts fighting back. And
Tell me about him fighting back, Jesse. So was he laying on his back when he's
no,
waking
he
up?
stood up and was trying to come at me,
Okay.
and I punched him. And then when I was tussling, she stabbed him.
While
And I
you were
got-
fighting with him?
Yeah, I punched him. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
she came up and stabbed him, and then I got the knife from her, and then she backed away. And then I did the rest of it.
Tell me about cutting his throat. Like, how did that go?
It wasn't very smooth. You know, he was laying on his back. Because, when she first initially stabbed him, you know what I mean? I just kind of pushed her out of the way and then I took over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What were you thinking when you pushed her out of the way and took over? Why did you do that?
Because it's not something that, it's not. I was more qualified to do something like that than she
Okay.
was.
Okay.
It was nuts,
Mm-hmm. So tell me about cutting his throat.
Well, it didn't go too smoothly. The knife I had was dull. It didn't want to cut. So I told her to go get me another knife. She brought me in a butcher knife.
Okay.
He was laying on his back. I tried to cut through his esophagus, and then I eventually, I figured out what I was doing wrong. I had to cut up here where, there was arteries.
Did he die quickly from that? Like, how'd that work?
Once I cut him in the right spot, he died pretty quickly.
Was he
He
making
didn't
any
die quickly
noises or saying anything?
Yeah, he was gurgling, and he was still breathing. He was still breathing.
How long do you think you had to cut his throat? How long did
How
that
long?
take?
The whole process probably. See, he was unconscious, but you
Okay.
could see his chest still moving. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was still
What
alive.
made him go unconscious? Do you know?
I would probably say, probably when I was on top, when we were fighting, I was on top of him, and I when I got the knife after she hit it, after she stabbed me, I got the knife from her. Those chest wounds those came on his chest and torso. That's when I was on top of him, trying to get him incapacitated.
Okay, so you
stop
stabbed
moving.
him. How did you stab him, Jesse? Was it down, straight ahead? Like, what
Well, the
happened?
first one that she did was straight ahead at an angle.
Uh-huh.
Then I got it. Then I was stabbing on it. Then I was stabbing down on him,
Okay,
trying to incapacitate him.
okay.
And he wasn't dead. So then I got behind him. After
You cut his neck from behind?
I cut his neck from behind. After
Okay.
she got me a different knife.
Okay.
I cut his neck with the knife I had first, and it wasn't working.
Uh-huh.
So I told her to get me a different knife. She brought me in a bigger butcher knife.
Okay.
What happened to that knife?
I left it at the scene, right there
What's
beside
it
you.
look like?
Like a cutting knife. I don't know. It's like kind of like thick to the middle, like a
Okay.
handle.
Okay.
At any time, did you guys hold him down at all?
Yeah, I put a pillow on his head to try to because he wouldn't stop breathing. He was still breathing, so I tried to suffocate him, stop the kid. After he was incapacitated, after I stabbed him where he quit moving, he was still breathing, so I tried to suffocate him where he stopped breathing. He wouldn't stop breathing, so then I had to cut his throat some more to get him, to stop from stopping.
Why'd you leave that one at the scene, Jesse?
The knife.
See, you wouldn't look for another one.
Did you guys clean it up?
I didn't know I was that with it.
Okay.
Did she clean anything up?
She cleaned the bathroom sink up, and she took their cigarette butts with her. She flushed the toilet. She flushed the toilet. Stuff like that.
Was there anything that went on with the cell phone of his?
I threw it in the toilet,
Okay. Why'd you do that?
so it wouldn't work.
Okay. Prior to going over there, was there anything that went on with your all cell phones?
I didn't have a phone. She had a phone.
It's a phone that both of you guys use.
You both use. Yeah, it was her. It was her phone.
Did she do anything with that phone prior to you getting over there?
Not that I remember.
Okay.
I don't know if she called. I don't think she didn't know. She didn't call him.
Were you having any issues with that phone? Like with it staying on or turning off or up or anything?
I thought I remember the battery might have been going dead or something like that.
Okay. Did you make any phone calls after?
No, I didn't make any phone calls afterwards.
Did she?
Not immediately. Not directly afterwards. Not that I remember.
Okay.
No.
So let's get back. I'm sorry, I got ahead. So he's dead, right? You tried to suffocate him, and you said she cleaned up the bathroom.
Yeah.
Did you clean up at all?
She wanted me to carry stuff to the car after I got blood on my gloves, so I went in the bathroom. The gloves were knit, and I just stuck them under the.
So were they like jersey, like what are they called?
They were like
the brown ones?
No, they were black.
Okay.
They were black knit, like just cheap.
Yeah.
Gloves. You know what I mean? Winter gloves. And they were wet, so I just stuck them under the sink and rinsed, kind of rinsed them off. Because I didn't want to be, getting blood everywhere, so I just got them wet.
And where did those gloves end up?
At a gas station by the Eads Bridge.
Okay.
She took the Eads Bridge back across the river because she got lost.
Right.
And there was a gas station there, and that's where her gloves, my gloves, and I went in a trash can. Okay. Do you have me on videotape at that gas station?
I know we've got you on videotape at some gas stations. I don't know if that's one in particular. I didn't handle that part of the
on the route home.
Yeah, I didn't handle that investigation.
Okay. On the route home, we took the Eads Bridge, and she took at that gas station.
Okay.
And she still didn't have any gas money. All that was for nothing.
How did you put gas in the car, or did you?
We finally dug some change out of the car, which we could have done in the first place, but she was so sure he had a whole bunch of money.
And,
you know what I mean?
Did she say why she was sure?
Because she had given him a ride home. She had given another girl a ride to his house before.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, I guess he come in the club and spent a lot of money.
Okay. That makes sense.
She thought he had a lot of money.
Okay. So after you clean up, and she cleans up the bathroom, what happens?
She tells me she wants to set it on fire, and I said no. I said you're not setting. If you want to use the alcohol to set it on fire. I said no. I said you're not setting it on fire. I said it's gonna take too long. It's just gonna make a bigger mess. I said no. I said let's just go. Been here too long already. Let's just go. But the whole thing was that you can identify me. You can't leave him alive. So that's why she started feeding him the pills, and then when he wouldn't die, and then, to try to ensure, that, I was just to protect her, really.
Okay.
We didn't get a $1, man.
Yeah. I believe you.
It was pointless. It was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life.
So when you guys went back, you said you took the Eads Bridge and you stopped and tried to get rid of the knife, you said?
No, we got rid of the knife, Harky Lamb. I was just getting rid of the gloves. Getting rid of the bloody
And then where did you go afterwards?
We went to a Arnold gas station, trying to think about where to get some gas money to get home. And it finally dawned on her to start digging for change. She finally dug for change and found $3 and it got us home.
Okay. And home was to Mike's and Deloach?
Was Michael's house where we
Okay.
were staying.
Did you tell Michael what happened?
No.
Did you ever tell anybody what happened?
No.
Did you ever get in any arguments where people may have heard? You know,
Mm-hmm.
tell me about that.
She's just unloyal. You know what I mean? She's
I do. Hey, man, I've been
unappreciative.
talking to her. I mean,
She's an unloyal bitch.
yeah, I don't have real good feelings for her. I ain't
She's
gonna lie.
unloyal, man. She just you gotta sit up here and you know do the similar things you done to me. You know, look what I did for you. I didn't do that for me. That whole idea, that was your idea. That was you. You told me he had a bunch of money.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You brought us there. I didn't know this motherfucker.
And you were there to rob him, not kill him, right?
I was there to rob him, not kill him. I didn't. You know what I mean? She didn't tell me he had to die.
Would
No,
you have gone if you knew she was going to kill this motherfucker? Would you have gone?
I mean, she didn't kill him. She had me do it.
I know, but
She tried to do it.
you know what I'm saying. If
Yeah,
you thought this was the way it was going to go, would you have gone?
I'm not gonna. I didn't have no reason to kill this guy. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't kill him for $1 million because I,
Right.
who knows? What
Right.
can I say? You know, everybody's got a price.
But we're
Like
not
I-
talking $1 million.
Right. Okay. Right. We're not even talking a dollar. I didn't have no intention to harm this guy. I didn't know him from Adam. He never done anything to me. The only guy I went there to hurt that night was the guy that ran from Belleville.
Right.
That's the only guy I went to hurt that night, and I didn't even do that. I tried.
So, let me just thank you for a minute, Jesse. So, afterwards, you know, we had heard that maybe you guys had gotten into an argument in front of other people.
Possibly.
Does that ring a bell? Where maybe you would have talked about this?
No, I've never directly admitted it.
Okay.
You know,
Have you said things that people-
I might have said things like, you know, the shit I've done, the shit I've done for you. You know, you're questioning me. You know, look at the shit I've done for you. You know, wouldn't nobody else done that for you? Yeah. You know, you're telling me that it's him or you because you're going to jail if I leave him alive, you're going to jail for burglary or he can identify you and lose your job and all this bullshit. So I mean, apparently she thought it was worth his life and she was so sure he had all this money. She was so sure. He didn't have nothing.
Jesse, did she ever tell you she had done anything like that before? Killed anybody?
No, she never told me she killed anybody before.
Okay.
She said that she done some armed robberies when she was younger. When I think she went to prison for that. She said that I think she might have been talking to her brother whenever he was doing the murders in Mexico.
Okay.
She never told me she was involved in any of them. No.
Okay. Jesse, I respect what you're doing right now because I think you're trying to set it right the best you can.
Well, she tried to. I mean, if she's gonna make a confession, stand on what you did. Don't. This was for you. This was your thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she's always talking about leaving me and kicking me out of the house, put me on the street. I didn't have a job up until like 2 months ago because she said she wanted to support me. This is the type of manipulative she is and uses her money to control because she makes, a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
She told me to quit my job so she could support me. She told me to quit.
Did she ever do that for you? She ever support you?
Yeah, she supported me. She paid $20,000 to get me out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been paying the bonds, and we've been paying the bonds lately. I gave her like my last 2 or 3 paychecks so she could get a new car to get back and forth to work. And then she does stupid shit. I'm like, I know you wouldn't. I was talking about her house and all this shit. I'm like, all this shit ain't gonna mean a goddamn thing if I go tell them the truth. Ain't gonna mean nothing. You keep on telling me get out of your life so you can have your house and your daughter. Bitch, you ain't gonna have shit. This ain't gonna mean nothing. None of this is gonna mean anything.
Jesse,
So let's bring that to her attention. And I've told her before. I've told her before that I've been mad enough to confess. I've been upset enough. There's been a couple times I thought about it.
Is that when you called 911 the one time?
Yep. And she begging not to do it.
Mhm.
And she did this because she knows I'm the only person that could, incriminate her. I'm the only. She can't. Her story, what she's saying, is wrong. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you, between you and me, just two men talking, her story is fucked up.
Exactly.
And
That's
I've,
what I was.
and I've been jumping all over that story for the last
And that's
2 days.
that's what I always told her. I said you can't confess because I know that only the motherfucker that was there would know. And I said you can't lie. You're going to have inconsistencies because what I'm saying is true and what you're saying is not.
It's hard to keep a lie
Right.
together.
Yeah.
And then remember it a day later, go
Right.
over it again, and try to remember
8
what
months
you told
later.
them now.
Right. And I've never told them. I've told them myself when I was younger for some forgery cases, but I've never wrote statements or testified against anybody in my life. And when the police come to talk to me, I've been in prison I did 13 years in prison.
Mhm.
I don't talk to them. That's just how it goes. I'm not here to help. I'm not here to help you guys.
Right.
I'm not sitting here trying to make it out to be like I'm an upstanding citizen.
But in this situation,
But in this
the game's
situation,
up.
it's us. I mean, she's look. She tried to get out of it and put it on me when initially, it was her idea. It was her. It was totally her idea. We could have left him alive and left there with nothing.
He may
Worst
not.
case-
Always a
worst-
chance he'd have
may
never
not
called.
Worst
even
case
call.
scenario was she gets fired. She got fired anyway.
Who wants to call the police and say I had that girl over here that I was paying
Yeah.
for sex and she robbed me?
Right.
He might have never
A
called.
lot of cops
Might
wouldn't
not
even
have. You never
take that
know. You
report.
can't be for sure that he would.
Right.
And even if he would have went into the club and said, "Oh, she robbed me," doesn't necessarily mean they would have fired her for
Right.
it. Or I don't,
If she's making the money, they
Right. Yeah.
Hey, when you went back to Mike's after this, you guys had to have blood on your clothes or something. Where'd all your clothing go?
It was thrown away.
Where?
I had put a pair of the black pants I had on. I put them in the barrel behind Mike's house, a burn barrel.
were they ever burned?
No,
Are they there now?
unless the neighbors moved them. Yeah. Her clothes and the burger. She had a red sweatshirt. And I had a hoodie on, and we took them off and we tied them all up together. And I don't remember exactly where they went though. We threw them away somewhere.
Like,
But
out,
not
out of
the-
the side of the highway, out the window, or
take your time, just think, relax. You threw the gloves away at the gas station in
Yeah.
the trash can.
yeah. I
I'm
put
assuming-
them
is that
in
one of those small trash cans?
No,
or is it
I-
a big dumpster thingy.
before I got out of the car. I put them in a styrofoam cup.
Okay.
Then I put them in a trash can,
Okay.
and it was like a trash can you see in the pumps.
Okay.
It was like 55 gallon, maybe more.
No, there's no way you stuffed your clothes in a trash in a
No,
cup
not
and did
I
that,
would.
so
Right, I wouldn't have been stuffing my clothes right there in the.
That's
Right.
her story.
I wouldn't have been stuffing them clothes
So
right there.
where do you
in the
think the
gas
clothes
station.
went? Do you remember? Just think about it.
They went. They might have went in a trash can somewhere, but they didn't go in that same trash can.
Okay.
So just your pants are in that one? In Michael's
Burn
backyard?
dumpster.
What,
It's not pants.
did they have any blood on them?
Yeah, they might have had a little bit of blood on them.
How about shoes? Do you guys have shoes?
Well, I had shoes and she had she had shoes on, but I think she kept her shoes. I think.
Where were your shoes? Where did they go?
We threw them. I threw them in the woods where we threw the tablet and the knife at the Leadwood River access.
I thought you threw the tablet and stuff in the river.
I did through the river, but there's a little wooded area right there by the Leadwood River access. The river's over here. As we were driving away, I threw the shoes out the window. I was going up the road.
Were you in the passenger seat or the driver's
I was
seat?
in the passenger seat. I threw them out the window. They're probably not there anymore. Did you find them?
Did that all flood?
That area
When
floods.
it got real
There's
high?
people down there that go down there. If somebody probably picked them up and took them home because
Were they red?
it was still wearable.
I looked for them, but I couldn't find them.
Yeah, somebody probably took them home or washed them out. But that's where I threw them there.
And you think she kept her shoes?
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think she did keep her shoes.
What shoes were they? Do you
The
remember?
one that she has now, the white Nikes.
The one she's got on her feet right now?
No, not she doesn't on her feet right now, but they were at the house last time I seen them.
Was there anything on them?
Nothing I know of. Nothing I know of.
Jessie, is there anything else that you've been involved with that you want to tell us about while we're in here?
Many crimes?
Yeah. Because, I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Just because I feel like you're
You want to get it off
get
your
an
chest.
opportunity here to just be honest. All right, we all make mistakes, man.
Right.
This is a big mistake, and you've owned up to it like a man.
Yeah, it was a mistake, you know. It was a mistake going over there in the first place. She was so sure all this.
Is there anything else you want to get off your chest? Because
I have not
Okay.
committed any other homicides.
Did you have any intent last night to do anything? When this whole thing started?
Intent
At her house?
to do something.
Yeah. Were you do anything at that house or anything?
I was there by myself. There was nobody there.
Oh, okay.
okay, were you going to burn the house down or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I told her that. I've told her that. Yeah, I told her that because I just told her. I just say shit to her to get her to
Just
do
get
what I
under her
want.
skin?
Or just because she might half-ass believe me. Who knows?
There was a gas can there at the house. What's the?
That was for the lawnmower.
Okay.
That was for the lawnmower.
What's going on with your case here? Or wherever around here?
That case was self-defense. That case, that dude come in. That dude come in there. He was mad. He kicked the door in.
We know you got charged, but
Yeah,
yeah, what the hell happened to it? It's really none of our
kicked
business, so.
He kicked the door in. You know what I mean? He was mad because he was in there getting high with his girlfriend, and he see me and he's like, "You get the f-" put his hand in my neck, and was pushing me backwards, and I had to fuck. I was in red basketball shorts, kind of like these, and I had a big knife in my pocket, and I lived right next door, so I wasn't really going anywhere.
You do like
It was
the
just
knives, don't
it was
you?
just a knife I had. You know, I was using it to scoop dope out or whatever I was doing with it. You know, and I pulled it out of my pocket. He was choking me. You know, I pulled it out of my pocket. You know what I mean? And I just sliced him on the side of the head with it. And I said, "Let go," you know, as best I could. And he wouldn't. He said, "No, I'm gonna kill you." So then I stabbed him once, and I stabbed him twice. And then he started falling, and once he started falling, you know, I just sat there and watched him fall. And once he fell, then I just left.
What's your dope of choice?
Methamphetamines.
Do you cook it yourself?
I don't cook it. No.
You just buy it at places?
Buy it. Yeah, I mean it's hard to cook nowadays. So.
Yeah. Just ice is
Ice is just easiest to get because it comes. I mean, there's just so much of it.
Eva do any dope?
She does cocaine. She says she don't do dope, but a couple of her urine drops came up diluted. So I think she was taking something. She was up there at her work. I think she was having an affair. Whose car was she in last night? Who was she in? A blue Chevrolet, Illinois plates. Or was that?
That was me.
Oh, that was you. Did you pull up in her driveway last night?
I drove by, yeah.
This whole thing with Daniel, are you sorry for Daniel, or are you just sorry because you got caught?
Not so. I regret that he had to die like that because he didn't. You know, like I said, he didn't run to me. The only reason that I killed him is because she said was to protect her because she said he could identify her, and I didn't want her to go to jail.
Okay.
That's the only reason I killed him. That's it. But I didn't gain anything from it. I didn't get nothing out of it.
And
Nothing.
she only stabbed him once?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't.
Was it a big hit?
No.
But she had said, just to go back through it, that he needed to die.
Mm-hmm.
He could identify her. He
That's why
needed to go.
That's why she was.
That's
Feeding
why she was feeding him the pills.
That's why she was feeding him these pills.
Okay.
And he wouldn't have been taking the pills if I hadn't had him at that point. He was trying to get out of it anyway.
Right.
You know.
But
But
you
she's
wanted
making him.
you wanted to just get the fuck out of there. It sounds like.
Right. When he fell asleep, I'm hoping he just go. Once he fell asleep, I tried to say let's go. I said, "Come on, he's asleep. Let's just go." You know. And she's like, "No, he's gonna be dead." And I'm like, well, whatever. You know, I'm just. If that's what you think, you know.
Right.
If that's what you think. So eventually, he didn't die from the pills.
Okay.
Our state's attorney asked if you'd sign a extradition waiver. Is that what they mean? A waiver of extradition? Which means we can take you back to Illinois.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or If that doesn't happen, then they have to file it to the governor, and the governor also has to file with Missouri.
So you'll sit
you'll sit in a Missouri jail for months or whatever it takes for them to finally get you back to Illinois. This is a way to speed the process up.
I have a jury trial set here for August 16th for that first degree assault.
We need
That
more
won't
about
be an
that.
issue, dude.
No,
The rest of it.
we'll notify them what's going on.
And we've talked to them, and they know what's
Yeah.
going on with us.
So
I just want I want her, you know, I want her to be charged with murder too. I want if she tried to put all this on me.
Well, I'll tell you this, just between you and me. Tomorrow we have an appointment to discuss charges with the state's attorney. All right, and we wouldn't discuss charges if we weren't seeking charges. Okay. Now I can't tell you what the state's attorney's going to do, but
She was there. I mean,
yeah, you had 25 cops working on this, 25 homicide investigators, you know, and I wouldn't be presenting those charges if I didn't think that there was a real good chance they'd file those charges. So I can't sit here and tell you that's what's happening because I don't want to lie to you.
Okay.
But
whenever she said I knew this guy and I'd been to his house, that's not true. I didn't know where he lived at. He wouldn't open the door for me by myself at
Right.
nighttime. There's not no way.
Right.
And, you know, and
I hear you.
there was just no. I mean, we could have just, you know, stole the stuff and left. She specified she wanted him to die because he could identify her.
I believe everything you tell me.
yeah,
Jason.
I believe you.
I really
Yeah.
do.
I'm saying that's the guy's honest truth.
Okay.
Like and the GPS is. She told me she moved the GPS. I said I'll go get. I threatened her before. I said I'll go get that GPS and, you know, drop it off at the police station and see if they can figure it out. And she said I moved that GPS. I said I don't believe you.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Did you talk about moving any other evidence?
No, she didn't tell me no.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. Or do you
Yeah.
want to talk about? Do you want to do
Unless we
that
get the waiver
extradition?
on.
He's
I'm gonna waive the extradition. You want to take me back tonight?
yeah. We take you back tonight if that's what you want to do.
That's fine.
We'll just have you sign that, okay?
That's fine.
Alright, I'll just keep recording. Here's a pen. It's pretty gross, but you got to.
I can't believe she's just sitting out there in her little house.
She's not.
She's in custody.
Yeah.
Where's she at? In Illinois?
Mhm.
I can't believe that she just thought that she was just gonna live happily ever after.
Sure, you know, she sees you as an indispensable part. She can send you down the river, and that's that.
If she hadn't contacted you, you wouldn't be arresting me right now, would you?
If she hadn't contacted, I mean, I don't know. I don't know all the,
Right.
you know, the way these things work, Jesse, is like we each have a part.
Right.
I don't know the whole piece of the pie. I got my part, you know, and I do my part, and,
Right.
and the boss man does, you know.
I'm just saying this case has been going on for a while.
Eva Heisch was found guilty of the first-degree murder and armed robbery of Danny Taylor. She was sentenced to 40 years for the armed robbery and 60 years for the murder. Jessie Werley took a plea deal in exchange for a 40-year sentence.